Hello, I'm John, the executive producer here at Final Show Films. I got a few notes for you before the show. First, I want to thank you all for watching. We couldn't do what we do or the amount of things that we do without the support of you, the viewer. If you want to support us financially, which we always appreciate, you can go to our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms, where you can donate as little as $1 a month to help us continue this and all the things that we do. I want to give a special shout out to our $25 supporters, Antitonic, Waterflame, and Samantha Bates. Second, I want to let you all know that we here at Final Show Films are planning a little get-together up at Gen Con this year. That's August 2nd through 5th up at Indianapolis. We're going to be up there just sort of hanging out, enjoying the con, spending time together, and if any of you guys want to come up and say hi, please feel free. We don't bite unless you want us to. And if you enjoy whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to, be sure to check out our website at finalshowfilms.com, where you can find links to all of our other content, both podcast and video. And be sure to follow me at John A. Bates on Twitter for more updates on all of the content we're creating in the future. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy. Hello everybody and welcome back to Gran Terra Rebirth. I'm John, your game master for the evening, and joining me today is William.
Hi, I'm William. I'm playing Gashtar Stormcaller, the half-orc barbarian.
And Jeremy.
Hello, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Harry, the halfling battlemaster fighter. He was confused why there's an enormous block of text in Roll20.
I was trying to show an image, but I missed it.
Okay.
Wow. The file didn't work.
And Mara.
Oh my goodness, it's the best. Okay, I got distracted. Hi, I'm Mara. I'm playing Hope as my rogue barbarian.
And Aaron.
Hi, I'm Aaron, and I am playing Lulu, the halfling Order of the Lycanthrope Blood Hunter.
And Cody.
I'm Cody. I'm playing Corbin, the human battlemaster.
And Jack.
Hi, I'm Jack, and I am playing Gwynferon, the High Elf Divination Wizard, as well as Ashkill, the Warlock, Wood Elf, and murderer of vast quantities of pigeons.
I don't remember that from Gran Terra Adventures, but I'll take your word on it.
It was like a prequel thing. There's a whole story.
That's how he got his warlock.
I see. It's how to.
Yeah.
Anyways, when last we left our adventurers, they had re-entered the Tower of the Gods, finding it once more arrayed in a very different pattern than previously, along with a head and floating disembodied hands of the sloth that greets them at the beginning of the, seemingly at the beginning of every tower adventure. And upon escalating to the next level of the tower, they found themselves in what appeared to be a very simple brick layout room thing, which then materialized upon them activating this level of the tower into each one of them individually being kept in a small room that appeared to be constructed of either stone or metal, with two green glowing crystals in the ceiling and a large steel door closed where the door would be, with a wheel hatch lock thing, whose actual name I cannot think of, but
Porthole?
No, porthole's a window.
No,
Porthole's a window. It's a wheel lock, but I can't think of what
it's a hatch.
Just a hatch door?
It's a hatch.
Yeah, a hatch door.
It's a hatch door. Yep.
With a hatch door. And that's where we left off after Gashkar tried and failed to open it. So, each of you are in a small room, probably no more than 10 by 10, with a bunk attached to the wall, and a steel door with a spinning wheel lock that does not unlock.
Doesn't it?
I
Wait,
attack the
Gwyn-
spinning wheel lock.
Gwyn steps up to his and casts knock.
Okay.
I have attacked the spinning wheel lock.
Excellent.
Give me
I
an
want to
atta-
hear what happens
give me
to
an attack
Harry
roll.
first.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I'm just gonna try to yank on the door open.
Give me another athletics roll.
I'm trying to. It's
Jeremy, by the
locked
way, if you could
like a lock
change
I
your
can see?
Roll20 name,
Yeah, I will.
thanks.
And
And
I am
Hope,
going.
yeah, you
to-
can do thieves' tools if you want. Hope.
Okay, yeah. Let me see if I can unlock.
Lulu's gonna sit in the corner by the door and just silent speech outwards, trying
this
to connect with the
dexterity?
nearest person.
What was that?
Dexterity or strength?
Uh,
Dexterity or strength?
Dexterity.
Dang it. All right. 27.
Selena, roll damage. Or not Selena. Harry. It says Selena in the thing. That's why it fucked me up. Harry, roll damage.
Okay. And I am spending a combat superiority.
Okay.
Please tell me you're disarming the door.
Wait a minute. Wait. Did I take that one? I don't know if I took that one. There's a lot of these.
are.
Yeah.
There are a lot of them.
Welcome.
Okay.
High level fighters have more options than people think they do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do.
They do.
Yeah.
And you get so many of them. Can I use a distracting attack just so I get to add the die to the damage roll?
Sure. You yell and
Alright.
scream. You yell and scream cuss words at the door as you hit it with your axe.
I would have done
Awesome.
fainting attack because you gotta fake the door out so it doesn't know
There
when you hit
is-
it.
That's some shit damage.
All right. So going down.
17 damage to the door.
So going down the line. Corbin.
Got a 23.
Kashink. Kashink. Doesn't seem to. You can't seem to push it past whatever locking bar that is.
Okay.
Harry. You hit the door with the axe, and it rebounds backwards, sending you tumbling backwards over yourself. Hope.
So
You
that's
pull-
how you're gonna be.
You pull out your thieves' tools and you go up to the door, and you're looking for a lock.
Yeah.
And you realize there's no lock.
Nothing.
Lulu, you reach out with your with your mental voice, and you can't connect with anybody. There doesn't seem to be any sentient creatures within 30 feet of you.
That is, yep. That was kind of what she was testing for.
Gwynferon, you cast knock,
Yep.
and it opens up.
Okay. I step through.
As you step through, so you were expecting to find yourself in some sort of compound that was like sort of just based on the sort of the holographic overlay that you had seen previously. But you step out into an overgrown forest.
Huh.
And sort of looking back, you see that the cell you had been in looked like it had been part of a compound at one point in time. But you can see the sort of jagged edges where it was apparently ripped out of its foundation.
Ah, okay. Looking around.
And
I prop the door. Is there like a rock or a stick I can prop the door open with?
sure, yeah.
Okay. Just in case I need to go back in.
And at roughly this point, you all hear this sort of painful as this sharp, piercing sound sort of echoes through the room. Gwynfron, less for you because you're outside of it now. And this sort of staticky sound as a voice emanates from the crystals above you. Well, it looks like some visitors have joined me in this theoretical realm. How interesting. At which point, the doors on each of the rooms. You hear the bolt sliding back, and then the metal clicking of the wheel spinning as the doors open themselves out. And the rest of you now see that you are sitting in a room detached from a building in the middle of a forest of some kind. It will be fun to see what you do. It's been a while since I've had some game to hunt.
I accept your surrender in regards to the door.
How far up is the crystal thing?
It's about 10 feet up.
Okay, so it doesn't really cover halflings and vertical attacks. Would it be within the reach of my whip?
We'll say yes.
Okay, can I attack the crystal thing?
Sure.
Indiana Jones that shit and pull it down.
And none of us are within
21?
Roll damage.
like when Harry yelled.
Yeah, none of you are in shouting
Yep.
distance of each other. Go ahead and roll damage, Lou.
11 slashing damage. That was not a good roll.
You
No,
the
it's
chain
damage.
chain wraps around the crystal and you yank and a chunk of it comes falling down.
Nope. Got
So there's about a foot long chunk of crystal on the floor now that is no longer glowing the same greenish color that the rest of it was.
I'm gonna step out of my cell with my bow drawn and an arrow knocked, and take a peek around and see what's near me.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
How is the bed mounted to the wall, by the way?
It's like
Yeah.
like it's molded as a part of the wall.
Can I break it off?
Give me an athletics check.
I
Yeah,
got
I'm
a
looking
24.
around and in this room to see if there's any. Is the bed made? Are there sheets I can grab? Stuff like that.
Yeah. There's a mattress with sheets on it. Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
walking
Gran
out.
Terra, looting the hotel rooms since 1982.
Lulu, are you doing anything with that piece of crystal, or are you just are you done with it?
I'm gonna try and identify or investigate it.
Sure. Give me a nature roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the sheets.
I just walk right out.
All right. Hope grabs the
Natural
sheets.
20.
Gashkar, you sort of lift your leg and stomp down on the bed, and it just sort of cracks and hits the ground.
All right, now I have my portable cover with me.
So Lulu with natural 20. This is a magically active crystal, obviously, because it was doing things. It seems to be some form of modified emerald that has been, from what you can tell, it was not naturally grown. This was artificially grown. There are certain you've had a little bit of experience with gems out in the wild, and they tend to they don't tend to be this symmetrical in their lattice work that you can look at them from the inside, especially because you've got a nice cross section now because you ripped it off. You can see that this, like the internal lattice work is like perfectly symmetrical, so it was created, not natural.
Okay.
Had some form of magic flowing through
So-
it previously that is no longer flowing through it now that it's broken off. It is fairly sturdy. And it could very well be easily used to sort of bludgeon, and it has a nice little sharp point on one end.
I'll keep that in mind if I need to knock someone out and don't have my weapons on me, but somehow have this thing. Specifically, she's trying to figure out if there's any way this could be used to track down the voice that came through it, its creator, if there's any lingering scent to it,
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any scent to it.
Oh.
There's no physical trace that you could use on it. Maybe one of the more like prime magic users could do something with it. But you'd have to.
Yeah.
And by
Blood
Gwyn
hunters
will be,
don't
Gwyn will
really
be happy
get-
to look for it, but we're gonna have to find the locations of at least 3 cell phone towers if we're going to actually pinpoint.
yeah, like you'd have to find Gwen really
Yeah.
to get anything out of it.
Yeah, because blood hunter magic is things like cursing your opponent. It's not things like investigating magic objects can
Yeah,
I mean, actually, you
Actually-
have
you have
Grim
No,
psychology.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you're pretty
I
certain
don't
you
think
can't
that
track
counts.
cell signals, but
I could find out this item's dark history if I wanted to.
yeah, you
But-
can do
assuming
that.
it has one.
Assuming it has one.
That assumes it has one, and that takes time. I'm not willing to waste 10 minutes on this, so.
Gwyn is just looking around to see if he can figure out where the fuck anybody else is.
Gash first kind of drags
So-
the bed with her for cover if you need.
Rolling it back, Corbin. You step outside and you look around with your bow drawn. And yeah, you find yourself in this seemingly vast forest. There are bits and pieces of what you would assume to be demonic corruption that you can sort of notice here and there. The occasional tree is purple instead of green or brown. And there are bits of roots, that sort of root systems that you can see in the dirt that have more spikes to them than root systems normally do. But for the most part, it's not quite as obvious as it has been previously. You also don't see any body or anything. There are no animals scurrying around. There are no squirrels, no birds, no badgers.
Was there anything taller than the trees?
The tree coverage is fairly thick. You can't really see through the canopy. So you're not certain where this is, but
Okay.
it is certainly a dense forest.
Yeah.
Gwynferon, give me a perception check, unless there's a spell you want to cast. Harry, you
Nope.
walked out of your room into the forest. What's happening now?
I'm looking around and assumedly doing the AC and the exact same thing.
Yeah, so far, you can give me a perception check if you want to see if you see anything else.
Oh, good. This is gonna go well.
I'm trying to figure out if I've ever heard that voice before. I want to figure out who that is.
Give me an insight check.
Negative
Okay.
1.
Oh god, that's terrible.
There's trees here, Harry.
Do I actually see the
28.
trees though?
You see the trees. You do see the trees.
They're very big.
The forest is harder to see, but you can see the trees.
I start walking from where the door is. Walk out. I just start walking straight.
All right. Walking straight up. Gwynfron, pretty much the same thing. You see lots of trees. You see the occasional bit of evidence of demonic influence, but not as obvious as it has been previously. And thick canopy forest.
Yeah, I should probably also do that at some point. Why not?
Hope with the insight check.
Yeah.
The particular you don't recognize the voice,
Mm-hmm.
but the particular cadence of the voice reminds you of Cal.
Yeah.
It's not Cal, but the cadence of the voice reminds you of Cal.
Okay. I am stealthing before I leave this room.
Right? Roll me a stealth check. Gashkar looking around again. Trees, corruption, not much else that you can tell. Harry,
Yes.
give me another
One,
perception.
so.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Just give me another perception check, and then you
Okay.
can describe what you're doing while you're walking.
7.
Sounds good.
That was a good roll.
It was an
was.
above 10 roll.
God.
Yes.
-4.
Yep.
Wisdom of 3. Booyah!
I'm going to die.
We need a leash so that Harry doesn't wander off. Where'd everybody go?
I mean, none of you know where each other are right now, so.
So,
Yeah.
Nope.
as she's walking, her plan suddenly drastically changes. She finds the nearest tree and she's going to start climbing it.
Right. Well, roughly about the time that you get to the nearest tree, all of you, at varying distances, hear almost an explosion. This sort of loud rapport of just if you were close to it, you'd imagine it'd be ear-splittingly loud noise. Harry, does a 19 hit your AC?
pretty. Yes, a 19 just hit.
All right.
We're in the forest with the sniper giant.
You take 21 points of damage.
Motherfucker.
I rolled almost max damage. Oh wait, hang on. Sorry, that's missing some information. Sorry. That is 26 points of damage.
Okay.
As you feel a sudden impact in your shoulder and you feel yourself sort of smashed into the tree that you're looking at. And you look over and you see you're just sort of bleeding from a hole in your shoulder.
What the? I look around to see if I can see what shot me.
Give me a perception check.
Yep.
Gwen is headed towards the noise.
Holy
14.
shit, that was an 18 on the die.
You see, you do find, you don't see who shot you, but you do see embedded in the tree in front of you is a small piece of what looks like black stone or something, roughly 3 inches long, sort of embedded in the tree, covered in your blood as well.
So as Gashkar is walking and looking for the rest of her companions, she's just in the direction of that noise, is making sure that the bed is between her and it.
Probably a good idea.
That's why I grabbed it for portable cover.
I mean, I'm going to try to triangulate. Because a clear assumption can be made. It went through me into the tree.
Yeah. All right. Gwynferon and Harry and anyone else who's trying to find either the source of, who's trying to find the source of that sound, give me a survival check.
Yep.
I wanted to
investigate.
Yes, Lulu.
Still.
I wanted to try and stealth as I'm headed out. I do have the ability to stealth hide in plain sight.
Yep. Give me a stealth check.
Can I make it investigation?
10.
He's the only one that has any evidence to go off of. So
22 on the stealth.
I'm gonna say no, because you're trying to find your investigation. In my mind, is I'm looking at a thing, whereas survival is I'm trying to find the thing.
Okay, -2.
All right.
11.
10.
And Gwyn
I rolled
is flying, by
high.
the way.
Ish.
All
I
right.
rolled a 3, so 13.
Gwyn, give me a perception check.
Okay.
So you guys are most of you are moving in the direction of the sound. Harry, you're really disoriented and bleeding, and it hurts. So you're not quite sure. Like, you've got a direction of the bullet, but you're not certain if this thing came in a straight line or if it's just this is a weird fucky place you've never been to. So you're right now just more focused on owl pain.
28 for perception.
I start taunting whoever it is.
Gwyn, you see a flash of light, which allows you to get a dexterity saving throw.
Cool. We're going to make it an 18. Use one of my portents.
Is that an 18 total or an 18 on the die?
18 total.
18 total? All right.
Yep.
So this will be with disadvantage. Does a 21 hit your AC?
Yes, it does.
All right. So as you're flying through the air, you see this glint of light, and you sort of jerk instinctively, but still get hit. Unfortunately, again, not that you know this, but in the same shoulder that Harry got hit. Mm-hmm. As you feel this burning pain as something rips through your shoulder from off, not in the direction that you were heading, off slightly to one side of it. And you all again hear that explosive sound off in the distance.
Do we hear someone humming?
No.
From the same area, same distance away.
Different area, roughly the same distance though. Although greater distance for Harry, lesser distance for Gwyn. And Gwyn, you take 23 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
as you get it spinning out of control.
I succeed on my concentration check. 23 points of damage.
Just barely succeed on your concentration check.
No, it's half the damage, or
Yeah.
greater than 10, so
Yeah.
26. If it had been 27 damage, then I would have...
Yeah.
All right, so still flying, now feeling roughly an 82 out of 105 on a rough scale of health.
On a rough scale of health.
A rough estimate, you know.
A rough estimate.
Sort of broad
If you
strokes.
had to put numbers to it.
If I
Can-
had to put numbers on it.
Can I piece together where this noise is going to come from next, based on where it's moved twice, where it's moved from between the two shots?
See, so just from where it's moved, where you were heading, it has moved from your perspective, Gashkar, to the right.
So angle a little bit more to the right again.
It could be a little bit more to the right. Theoretically, it could move back to the left. It's hard to really tell because you don't have any other information.
Until I get a third data point, I'm going to assume a little more to the right.
Are these trees taller than 30 feet?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna use my boots to jump up into tree cover.
Right.
And listen for the next shot.
Give me an acrobatics check. Let's see if you can get up there quickly.
Okay. Got
So you're
magic
doing that.
boots
Gwyn,
for
you're still
this.
flying?
Yeah, but I'm angling towards the thing now.
Okay. Harry, you were just taunting. Were you doing anything else?
I am just cursing them out, and calling them. Yeah, calling them out in Halfling, very loudly, and
Right.
keeping an eye out.
Right. Hope and Lulu, give me perception checks.
Can I argue for athletics?
Nope, because you're
since
trying to. You're getting up there isn't the problem. Aiming for a
Catching
branch is
myself.
what you're trying to
Okay.
do. Yeah.
11.
You said athletics?
Perception. So yeah, Corbin, you managed to get up into a fairly high branch.
Is this sound or
Is a hearing?
smell based?
Yes. it
Yeah,
is hearing.
okay, cool, I get advantage. Fuck, 11?
Fortunately, Harry isn't trying to be quiet. The two of you can hear the sounds of Harry cussing out something. Hope, relative to you, it seems to be off to the right. Lulu, relative to you, it seems to be off to the left.
Okay, I'm headed left then. Still stealthing.
Yep.
John, as far as the flash of light that I saw, was it from beneath me, down in the trees somewhere?
It was a fair distance off. It's one of those things where the closer you get to the horizon, it's harder to tell relative levels. It seemed to be lower than you, but
Okay. He'll be flying as low to the tree cover as he safely can then, just trying to keep low and have a lower profile. He's not trying to stealth, he's just trying to use whatever natural cover he can garner out of branches and shit.
all right. And Gashkar, you're just sort of walking in that direction.
Yeah, like assuming until I get confirmation otherwise, a little bit more to the right, keeping the bed as cover.
Okay. All of you give me perception checks.
Yeah.
This is vision, not on it.
14.
13.
26.
11.
20.
Natural 20 for a total of 30.
Are you still using that shield?
Oh, no, not right now. I've got the
Okay.
dagger because I want to use that.
Right. So going down the list. Gashkar, Corbin, and skipping ahead slightly. Gashkar, Corbin, and Gwyn. The three of you see each other after a short period of movement. Gwyn, you can see Corbin up in the tree where he sort of saddled himself. Corbin, looking down, you can see Gwyn flying around, and Gashkar with this massive piece of stone. Gashkar, you can see Corbin more than you can see anything else because you have to look up. Gwyn's kind of hidden by the bed that you're carrying, but
Yeah.
And Gwen, obviously, you can also see the large slab of stone moving through the forest.
Right. Aha! I know who that is.
There's only one person who can carry that.
Meanwhile, Lulu and Hope, you guys see Harry, who is presumably sort of standing out in the open, cussing.
God damn it. Right.
All right.
For some
I'm
reason,
gonna-
Harry is
And I
screaming, "Eat a bag of dicks, diva." I don't know why, but
Eat a bag of Dick's
It's
widow.
not a bag of dicks. It's simply eat a dick.
eat a dick.
Um,
Okay. One dick.
And I don't
Alright.
notice any of them.
No, you.
what I'm assuming
Yeah,
I
no,
heard.
you do not notice.
I
you do not
rolled
notice any of
pretty
them,
well
'cause
on
they're
that
stealthing.
stealth roll.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, no, yes, you did, but you're the only stealth person, so that's why I was checking.
No, I am.
Hope's also stealthing.
Yep.
But the two people that are stealthing are the people that found you.
Yep.
I hop down. Start
Gwyn
heading
will
for
go
Gashkar.
land near Gashkar. Just sort of whoosh. Well,
Took the two of you long enough to regroup.
this is the first I've found.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's some fucker out here who's trying to punch holes in shite.
What do you mean?
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Points at his shoulder.
Well, get behind cover then, she says as she continues moving with the stone slab held in front of her.
At which point, you all hear another explosion sound. Does an 18 hit you, Harry?
No, it does not.
I was.
Oh, good.
This happened as you guys were seeing Harry. This is all happening sort of simultaneously. So yeah, the two of you spot Harry, start moving, theoretically doing whatever you do next. And as you begin that next action, you hear another explosion sound, and there is as something flies right past Harry's face.
Shit.
And hits and sort of smashes into the tree behind Harry, and a bit of the tree just sort of explodes outward.
I'm trying to look to where that came from. I'm trying to see what shot it or flung it or whatever is attacking.
And with a third point, can I tell where it's moving?
Lily went back to the left.
All right.
16.
You get a sort of a direction, Hope, but you can't see what it was. It's beyond your sight. Lulu, what you doing?
Yeah, my plan was to wait until something else attacked because Harry was taunting something. Okay, so having seen that, I'll stay stealth, get into 30 feet of distance of Harry, and try and move in the direction of it, see if he can pin it down by closing in your brain.
Mine?
Yep. You're the one screaming and taunting this thing.
Yep. So before that happens, before she responds, she calls out after, like, he goes, "You missed!" And then, I'm sorry, what was the exact?
Try and move in its direction, see if we can pin it down by closing in on its location.
You think? I'm not actually.
I
does that
don't
give me
believe
a
Harry
better-
has gotten any summary that Lulu can speak psychically, but
Is Harry familiar with that particular breed of halflings?
Give me a nature roll with
Being a
advantage.
halfling?
Give me a nature roll with advantage. You're a halfling, but you're a lightfoot halfling.
Yeah.
we're the scary ones.
16.
Yeah, you know Ghostwise halflings.
And can I get another attempt to figure out, since another shot exploded right next to me,
Yeah, we give you
where it is?
give you a
Because as far as I could be
Yeah.
concerned, it could be somebody standing between my legs right now, firing.
give me a
shots.
survival check with advantage.
Okay.
Now that you've gotten a little bit more data.
8.
You have a direction.
Okay. Cool. And she starts walking in that direction.
So yeah, keeping to the edge out of the clearing, I'm gonna try and get a little bit in front of Harry, and as the direction becomes clearer, head this person off, pin them.
Okay, give me a survival check and hope.
Oh god, you're going to get yourself killed. All right, this is okay. Giant target, I guess. Yeah, I'm staying away from Harry. Harry is making a lot of noise. So I'm gonna kind of go around. I don't know if I know where Lulu is, but like
No,
try and
you haven't seen Lulu. You saw Harry,
Okay.
not Lulu.
try and go toward the direction of the explosion to see what to figure out what it is.
So
Give me a survival
has,
check from you as well. Yes.
has the attacker moved roughly the same distance between shots every time?
You have an idea, yes. Like, sort of, it's hard to tell from sound alone.
But like imagining a circle around the area,
Yeah.
it seem like they're moving roughly an equivalent distance each time.
See,
Yeah, are they
you can
circling
make
around
it, that is an assumption you can make. It's hard to tell because you've been getting slightly closer, so the audio levels are changing. You're not standing in the same spot. You're not getting the same sound each time. So that's an assumption you can make. It's hard to tell for certain because you've been moving.
So with just based on the assumption that they're going to move again because they've moved between every shot so far, they'll either presumably move back to the right again or further off to the left. So she's going to try and position the bed to just kind of cover that entire arc as much as she can and keep moving basically off to the right. We need to get out of this forest so we can get a better viewpoint.
Since you were flying, did you go above the tree line?
I was going to say, when I was above the tree line,
Oh,
did
sorry.
it look like there was...
Sorry, I didn't realize that you had been trying to go above the tree line. You couldn't go above the tree line.
Oh, okay.
Just fix that now. Yeah, you can't for whatever reason. For whatever reason, when you try to go through the canopy, you can't go through the canopy.
The simulation ends here.
I don't
we
honestly
haven't rendered
know
it
if
yet.
there is an out of the forest.
Let's find out, won't we?
Also, this thing is attacking from range, so moving from cover to cover is not a bad idea. Forest is probably in our favor.
But if we're doing that, we can't find where it's at or track its movement.
Yeah, but we can find whatever it's shooting at, and if
It
there's
moves
only-
very rapidly. We can't seek to find it from one point.
Oh, don't worry. As soon as we get us an eye on it, it won't be able to hide anymore.
Well, then we need to get to somewhere where our vision isn't blocked by trees now, don't we?
Let's keep moving.
towards the noise, I pull out my shield.
And
Gashkar.
Gwyn has Mind Spike readied.
Gashkar, with a +4 to your AC, does a 30 hit it?
I like how you asked that question.
Have to ask, have to check.
It's a reasonable question with high-level characters.
Beats my armor class with the +4 by 10.
So you all hear the sound of stone cracking as another explosion is heard. And Gashkar, you're bleeding from your leg.
How much damage did I take?
As you take 10 points of damage. Rolled relatively low there. The stone stopped most of it.
Here's the blast. Like, all right, I see. You're going after someone else because you couldn't hit me. I understand. He's continuing to walk forward.
Harry, you idiot!
So,
do we hear that?
No, you don't hear Harry.
Where did that shot come from?
Basically directly beyond the shield, which puts it sort of in the middle of those two, the two previous shots.
Okay.
Look that direction real quick. While we duck behind trees.
we've gotten...
Gwynfron, do you remember the layout of the facility as it was shown to us before we entered?
Do I?
Do you have?
I was looking at it.
Do you have the keen mind
do
feat?
I am not Caleb Widowgast.
Give me a intelligence check.
Okay. 17.
I have a vague idea.
Roughly? Why do you ask?
How far are we off the path from that?
Way far.
Significantly.
The
See
fact
if you
that
can
the fact that there wasn't another the fact that your cell wasn't attached to a building puts it pretty far off.
Right.
See if you can find where in this forest the layout of the facility would be if it was still here.
All right. And he will try and contemplate on that as events spool out.
You give me a history check. Actually,
Okay.
give me an investigation check.
I'm trying
Swimming back.
to...
Yes!
So
Nice.
swimming back over to Hope, Lulu, and Harry. So Harry, you're walking in a straight line.
Harry, you idiot! Stop! Gonna say something.
You hear that?
Do I hear that part?
Yeah, you're close enough. And Lulu, you've been with your role, you've actually been sort of guiding Harry in the direction of the sound by surreptitiously moving ahead and making the avenues of departure at different directions less optimal, so that you've sort of been funneling Harry very subtly in the correct direction.
Yeah, I mean,
Like sort of, like laying branches across the path that is not the correct one, so that Harry would have to climb over if they wanted to go that way. So they
I
just keep
watch
going
over
in one
my
direction.
friends as if they were a litter of newborn pups. I corral while allowing them agency.
Yes.
So yeah. Then in Hope's mind, there's the soft voice that Hope would probably recognize at this point. We need to find the shooter.
Yes, I'm trying to do that, but chomping around and making it very difficult to stay still, and I'm going to try and triangulate. And I'm trying to figure out because we've heard multiple shots now, or explosions now, figuring out if there's any central kind of area that I can figure
I'm
out.
pretty sure any decent archer would be moving around.
Yeah, it's whether it's an archer or a thing stationed somewhere. I don't know.
Give me a trying to triangulate. Let me an investigation roll.
Yes.
My investigation was a natural 20 for 31.
So you're both
25.
effectively trying to sort of do similar things. So starting with Hope, you have an idea of a direction of where they might be. The big problem with triangulating is typically when you're trying to triangulate something, you're looking at it from a top-down view.
Yep.
You're on the ground, so you have
I don't
a
wanna go up in the
direction.
air,
You have a cone. You have a cone more than an area. So you have sort of a generally in this arc. That's where they have been firing from, which is roughly the direction that Lulu's been funneling Harry. So Harry is walking in the correct direction.
Okay.
Gwyn, just basing the only real thing you have to base any sort of thought process on this on is the location of your cell. So using that as a basis, if you you sort of start going through a sort of a thought experiment of, it looked like my cell had been ripped out of the building. So imagining something ripped my cell out of a building and threw it, where might it land if it's facing in the same direction the building was? And just judging with that assumption, because it's really just an assumption, you don't have any hard facts to back this up. You imagine that the foundation of the building it was removed from would probably be somewhere in the direction of the shots that have been coming at you.
Right. Well, Geshkar, I'm running on, obviously, a wild number of presuppositions that are not actually backed up by hard data in this point, but we are proceeding towards the direction of both our foe and where I would hypothesize the original core of the building to be located. Now, something like this, obviously, we are in a liminal dimensional space. You can't even fly out of this forest. There's like a roof of some sort on. Basically, we have a cohesive interdimensional pocket here. What I'm getting at is we probably have to kill whatever's shooting at us in order to find the building. Again, based on some unconfirmed preconceived assumptions.
Let's find and kill this thing.
Can you disprove one presupposition that I have for you?
I can try.
The cells that we were in were not ripped away from a building, but rather the building was ripped away from the cells. Would the supposition be viable that this thing is shooting at us whenever we walk out of the path of the what would have been the building?
You don't think that would work?
Right. As far as I can tell, given the fact that this thing has a voice and therefore intelligent nature to it, it is shooting at us when it sees an opportunity to. It is not a predetermined construct operating within consistent strictures. When it sees us, it tries to kill us.
Well, we know what direction it's generally in, so...
Speaking of trying to kill you, Harry, does a 34 hit your AC?
Huh?
Does a 34 hit your AC?
Why do you even ask that? Because you think it's funny?
Yes.
I'm not giving you the dignity of an answer.
Also, I asked that so that the audience knows what numbers I'm rolling.
Yes, we all know they're high.
You're
John.
bragging about the attack modifier you gave this.
No, I am informing the audience so that they understand the numbers the enemy is rolling.
You could just say, Harry, a 34 hits your AC.
I mean,
instead
that's
of forcing us to answer.
That's where the my amusement part comes in, though. You take 18 points of piercing damage as another explosion occurs, and this one hits you in the other shoulder.
Harknazzle, Jesus.
Hide.
I got a question. How easy was it for me to travel in the branches and stuff?
In the branches, not very.
When I was
up to the branch, fairly easy.
Okay.
Do you have a bearing on them yet?
Yes. Can I tell if the shots, like the angle, however they're coming through, does it seem like it's higher up or kind of on the ground?
Yeah, as you're getting sort of closer, the sounds seem to be coming from a higher location.
Oh, okay, they're coming from higher up. Yeah. All right. And tree cover, it's fairly dense, like it's high leaves.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would think that I might have cover if I go airborne.
Depends.
Maybe. Depends. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna try that because I can pinpoint them better if I'm higher up. I'm going up. Stay. Hide, Harry.
No.
Going to fly.
We've got a general direction. We know where to move. Want to keep moving that way?
Yes.
Point me where the target is.
I mean, I assume I can do that with ghost speech.
Yeah, you have a direction. So I hope you clutch the piece of the beacon that you have, and at will cast fly on yourself.
Yep.
And you fly up. How high are you trying to go?
I am not trying to break the tree cover because that's stupid. I'm in dark clothing. Things would see me if they're kind of like below. I'm trying to skim through and watch out for
Alright.
explosions.
Give me another stealth check.
Okay.
And meanwhile, if we've got a general direction of the facility that we would assume they're shooting from, keep trees between the facility and you. And she's gonna start moving towards that, keeping a tree between her and like moving from tree cover to tree cover.
Are you still carrying the shield?
No, because it's shattered. I'm assuming.
It's not shattered. It's just got a hole in it now. I mean, it's also very obvious.
Yeah, so I mean, now that she has a general idea that the target is moving within a general area of a facility, which is something that she can keep a tree between her and, she'll just drop the bed and start using trees instead.
Right. So anyone who's trying to keep trees between them and the target while moving forward can give me a stealth check.
Should I give you another stealth check or
Yes.
just?
That's an 11.
Yep.
Pretty much.
I am not.
I'd rather keep an eye out for what's in the trees.
Okay. Give me a
27.
Give me a perception check then, Corbin.
15.
Not seeing anything currently. Again, and this is something that all of you have noticed. There have been no sounds of animal life in the area.
Mm-hmm.
None whatsoever. Not even insects. Yeah.
Whatever this is literally hunted everything in this area.
That is what it said.
Mm-hmm.
I might. I won't.
Corbin, does a 34 hit you?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Do I see the explosion and get to dodge out of the way or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay.
You did not roll high enough to see it. That's not. Yeah, I'm not doing a d20 worth of damage to you. That's not right.
Anywhere from 1 to 20 damage, plus modifiers.
By the way, I am setting my tracking to fiends.
Okay.
I forgot to say that earlier, but I'm doing it now.
Alrighty. And that's just makes you better at tracking fiends. It's not.
Yeah,
You also can't be surprised by them.
Yeah, it gives me some benefits that seem relevant to the situation, but I don't know the details of
Advantage
obviously
on
what I'm fighting.
advantage on
so.
wisdom survival checks to track Fae, Fiend, Undead, as well as intelligence checks for information about them. If you're actively tracking one, you cannot be surprised by it, and you can only be tracking one type of creature at a time.
Yeah.
Also,
At 11th level, I
Surprise.
get some other stuff that isn't exactly the same thing.
yeah, also you can give yourself advantage on those.
Yeah, by
on-
hurting myself,
by
which
hurting
I'm not
yourself.
going to do at the moment.
On insight.
On
Blood
insight
hunters
intimidation.
are the
yeah.
edgy class.
Corbin, you take 26 points of piercing damage as as an explosion rings out and you feel something rip through your leg.
Motherfucker.
At roughly this point, you guys have been traveling quickly enough and stealthily enough to get within view of a clearing. It seems like there's a point where the trees stop. And then a few hundred feet beyond that, you can see what looks like the stone slab of a foundation of a building that has no walls or anything. Other than in the very middle of it, there is a large stone tower that has these green crystals decorating it, sort of seem to be emanating light in sort of tight beams, like sort of conical shaped beams of light that are regularly sweeping around the tree line.
Are any of them gone from what Lulu did?
No,
Not that I would know that Lulu did that.
No,
Okay.
because the thing Lulu broke was in Lulu's cell.
Okay, I didn't know if they were connected to that. That's what I was asking about.
All right. Still no view of whatever is attacking us then.
No, but you imagine, sort of looking at the tower, you can see that at the top of it, there are At the top of the tower, there are a series of what look to be arrow slits, but slightly wider. And so you imagine that's probably why the sound has been distorted from direction, because you're hearing it from one side with the tower basically on one side of the explosion or the other, which causes it to shift slightly more than it would otherwise. So,
How many crystals, how many beams are going around?
There's a fair few. Just as far as beams you can tell, looks like there's about 6 of them, beams of light. There are more crystals than there are beams of light.
This would have been a perfect situation for bringing Ice Pelt.
Sorry, I had work thing to focus. Can you re-describe the situation?
So you've reached the edge of a clearing,
Right.
Which there's about 100. There's about 100 or so feet, a couple hundred feet, between the edge of the clearing and what looks to be the foundations of a building that doesn't have any structure to it, just the foundation, except for a single tower in the middle of it that rises up too close to the tree line. There's about 30 or 40 feet between the top of it and the tree line, and the canopy, which the canopy extends over the clearing, even though there's no trees there, which is weird. And there, it's sort of lined with these green crystals that are very similar to the crystals that were on the ceiling of your cells, and there's about 6 beams of light, basically searchlights, that are sort of extruding out from some of these crystals that are sort of sweeping the tree line around in a circle.
Are they just sweeping horizontally, or are any of them going up around anything like that?
There's about 3 of them going sort of counter to each other around horizontally, and then there's 3 more that are, as they're going around, are going up and down.
So how high are the things that are emitting the beams?
They seem to be at various levels. The first one is at about 20 feet up, and the next one's about 40 feet up. The next one's out. So they're just sort of scattered all up and down the tower.
And can we see the other group now?
No.
And we've reached the clearing. Okay.
Yes, Lulu.
So given the way these things are arranged, could I get to a place against the tower where they wouldn't be able to see me?
You could, but you have to cross the clearing to do so.
Given
no
I can hide in plain sight, do I think I could make that dash?
You can hide in plain sight, but I don't think you can hide if there's nothing to hide behind. Okay. You have the ability.
It's an armor ability, so that's up to you. You just said hide in plain sight.
It's your.
This is an effect of the Darkweave armor.
It's your Darkweave armor. Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, yes, you can. The trick with that though is that you have to be you have to be stationary for it to be as effective.
You have to do the cardboard box of stop, go, stop, go.
Yeah. If you moved through stopping, whenever there's a light over you, you could. You're probably the only person that could sneak across the open field.
Okay. So if I think that, understanding that is how I would do it logistically, if I think I can make that dash, I will inform my group quietly. I can probably get across undetected to the base of the tower and try and take something out from there.
Hold on just a sec. Before anybody gets close, I whip out my short bow and I'm firing an arrow at, let's say, the 140 feet up.
Okay.
While that's happening, I do want to be very much behind a tree just in case.
Yeah, that's fine. Roll an attack.
I'm watching to see how the tower behaves.
That's exactly, 24.
Roll damage.
8 piercing damage.
And this is a regular short bow, not a magical one.
Correct.
So you fire the arrow. Tink. And then, you don't need to roll a perception check. You're close enough you can see this. You see what looks like a square, like a tall rectangle of metal extrude from one of the arrow slits. And there is an explosion and a flash of light from the end of this rectangle.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a dexterity saving throw, Harry. because you can see it.
Okay. Hold on.
When I see that extend from the tower, can I hurl one of my wyvern stingers at it?
You can't see it.
Oh.
You guys, the other group, you hear an explosion on the other side of the tower from where you're at.
Huh. Okay.
27.
All right, so this will be with disadvantage. Does a 21 hit you?
Yes.
Okay. You take 19 points of piercing damage as you try to dodge out of the way, but it sort of clips your shin as you do, and you just more blood as another hole opens up in your body.
Am I
that was
close
me.
enough actually? To use my reaction?
What's your reaction?
Spirit shield to reduce the damage she's taking.
We'll say yeah.
I think the range is like 30 feet. I don't know how far away I am right now.
We'll say sure.
Okay.
We'll say you're within a 30-foot sphere of Harry.
Ooh, it's 46 now. I don't think I edited that. Sorry, give me a sec. 4, because it's been a while since I've used it. All right. You reduce. Oh, that's just a terrible roll. I'm gonna roll it again. Sorry. 14.
Also, you only rolled 2d6.
Damage.
So,
Yeah, the
So I
first
took
one only did.
5.
It hadn't edited yet.
Mm.
You get 14 hit points back. Blue stuff.
an ethereal blue figure appears between you and the shot as you dive out of the way, and it seems to force the bullet to ricochet slightly, and so rather than going through your leg, it just skins your leg.
And I rage because I have to rage for that to happen.
There's a roar
Thanks.
up in the air.
Mhm.
So yeah, that happened,
What up, Fizzlenut?
Yep.
and the rectangle
God,
retreats back into the tower.
do it.
All right, so give me a stealth check. Give me. I'm going to need a survival check and a stealth check.
Mm-hmm.
Neither with advantage because your
Alright.
your advantage is countering out
So-
disadvantage.
All right.
And
So do I need to take the Blood Hunter damage for getting advantage on that survival check to have it as a flat roll, or
No.
is that just a flat roll?
That's survival. You get automatically. It's insider intimidation that you have to take damage for.
Right.
And I am getting ready to if the things come out of the tower to shoot at her, I am getting ready to streak around, kind of off and away to
Oh,
draw
sorry.
fire away, if that works.
26.
The first one's a 26. Okay, so give me a stealth check just for that.
Come on.
Nice.
21?
All right, so it seems like Lulu is able to get up close to the tower. Meanwhile, other side. So you guys heard an explosion on the other side.
Hide behind a tree.
Okay, you're hidden behind a tree.
Because I don't want to get shot again.
Gwyn looks at Gashkar. Run for it.
I feel like those searchlights are going to spot him out for being shot.
We can try to avoid those.
We can also see if we can get his attention and hit him with something.
I
We now know
usually
where
need
he's
to be a
going to attack.
bit closer.
Can you hit those searchlights from here and take cover behind a tree?
Nope. Because you said it's about 100 feet, right?
Yeah, between 100 and 200 feet.
Yeah.
And then they're up at various levels, so add more based on that
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
as we get into
No, I'll have to be
trigonometry.
much closer to the tower before I'll be able to affect it.
How
It's a standard
far is it?
It's a standard tactical deployment to clear the approach so that anyone who can attack you is exposed and out from cover before they're close enough to do anything effective.
Do you have the ability to make more than one person invisible at a time?
Unfortunately, no. I mean, I do, but I didn't prepare those today.
How far is it from the tree line to the tower?
Between 100 and 200 feet.
Okay. Do you...
Rough estimates would put it at like 130, 140.
Okay. Gwen, do you by chance have that spell that makes it able for people to jump even farther?
I don't.
Okay.
I can let the pair of you fly, which is a little faster than running.
I can also just hit the searchlights from here.
I can too. Let me see. I'll pull out my bow and I'll activate one of the charges and take a shot at one of the crystals to see.
When he does that,
That's gonna go well.
I switch the quiver to the wyvern stingers and pull one out and ready to toss if I see someone appear in the tower.
What bow are you using, Corbin?
The static bow. It's got 3 charges to add electricity onto it.
Oh, right. Okay. I give you guys so many magical items, I forget which ones I gave you at times.
Yeah, this is the first time that I've used any ranged weapon besides throwing my spear.
22 hits. Roll damage.
Right. And then make sure the second.
Harry, I have a stupid idea.
Oh, I've got so many of those.
All right. Is that rolling with your strength? That's not. Yeah, that should be dex, not strength.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was the weapon type.
I thought you could use either.
For
damage.
Only if it's
strength.
only if it's finesse.
Yeah.
You can only use either if it's a finesse weapon. If it's not a finesse weapon, if it's a bow, it uses dex. If it's a throwing item, it uses strength.
Yep.
That is an okay mistake to make though, because it is not. It's one of the few things in 5e that is not consistent.
Okay, yeah, that's what
across the thing.
What I thought it was.
Throwing weapons use strength. Bows use dex. Why? Reasons.
So you want me to reroll the attack?
Specifically call out all melee weapons use strength, sans other qualities. All ranged weapons use dex, sans other qualities.
Yeah, it's just that throw and then finesse make it weird.
Yeah.
So 12 still hits though. So roll damage, and the damage is also dex because you use whatever damage. The way damage works in 5e is whatever attribute you used to attack is the attribute that is used for damage.
All right, yeah. Let's see. So then.
Yeah, the.
For those of you watching that don't play a lot of 5e,
piercing and 3 points of lightning.
It's why nets are weird because they're not actually a melee weapon, but they have the thrown quality, so they still use your dex even though you're throwing them.
No, they use your strength. Yeah, they still use your strength because they're a melee weapon that doesn't do damage, which is the thing. Which is how the mechanics read it as. It's really confusing.
Except they're actually in the ranged weapon category.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're in the ranged weapon category. They're a thrown ranged weapon.
It's so weird. Anyways, 9
points of piercing.
9 points of piercing. 3 points.
And it is a magic bow.
Yes, so
obviously.
this crackling energy of electricity on the arrow flies out. You see an arc of electricity, and as the arrow arcs out, you see from one of those arrow slits a rectangular block of metal slide out. Make me an attack roll with the spear, Gashkar.
I'm throwing recklessly because it's technically in my long range, so I'm canceling out the disadvantage.
Okay. And the arrow hits, and one of the searchlight crystals cracks, and a piece of it falls down, and the light from it goes away.
And 23 to hit with the wyvern stinger.
You throw the wyvern stinger, and it hits the wall right next to the rifle.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, he's got pretty good cover.
He's got full cover.
I don't have sharpshooter. I don't have sharpshooter.
Even sharpshooter doesn't help against full cover.
Well, full cover is you just can't target them at all.
Yeah, so you're hitting the wall.
Now I make my dex save since.
Yeah, make your dexterity saving throw.
All right, this is +2 because of Shield Master.
You don't
So
have your you don't have
22.
you don't have your shield out because you had to pull out your bow.
I just have to not be incapacitated.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it not while you're holding the shield? Look and see if that's
I'll
a thing.
check.
Yeah.
I put it in the chat.
Wielding a shield.
Yeah, while you're
While
wielding
you
a
are
shield.
wielding a shield.
Yeah, you gain the following benefits while you're wielding a shield. So it's only when you have the shield out.
So then 20.
Yeah. 20 is enough though. So this is a disadvantage. KL1. But a 23 still hits you, I think.
Yeah.
It's good because the other one was a natural 20. So.
Well, I'm still wearing adamantine, so that would have been all right.
Oh yeah, that's right. You do have your immune to crits armor on.
Yep.
You take 16 points of piercing damage as a shot rings out in response to your attack and punches through another part of your leg, or a part of your leg because you're not hitting the leg yet.
As the explosion goes off,
Yeah.
Harry, do you want to try something stupid?
And
It's like you know me like it's like we've known each other our entire lives.
and obviously the rest of you hear that
I'm
explosion on the
gonna-
other side of the tower.
I'm kidding, but yeah, no. What's your plan?
I streak down.
All right, Hope here's wearing no clothes.
Yep.
Streak down. Grab Harry. Activate. Use 2 charges to activate mirror image,
Okay.
and then if that uses up my action, then I'm going to use my bonus action to dash to start carrying us both straight toward the tower,
All right.
flying.
At
60
which
feet
point
movement.
you just hear a halfling cry, "Woo!"
So that the rest of you do hear from the other side of the tower.
With
Gwyn
axe
is going.
out, ready.
Gwyn knows that yell, what that generally means, and he's going to try and dodge whatever spotlights there are, but he's going to dash across the clearing as well.
All right. So
Oh boy.
now that
So,
I mean, do you? You guys did just meet Harry.
so
We all know what a woohoo cry as someone is being run at high speed.
and the Doppler effect is probably still working its way across.
So, Lulu, you're about halfway across the field when people just start charging towards the tower.
if that's how they want to approach it, fine. I'm gonna try and keep going for the stealth.
You keep going for the stealth, which is good because you're the one not getting shot at now.
I have a tank's worth of hit points. It's just nothing's hit me yet.
So, as you guys begin moving out, you see that these rectangular metal boxes extrude from each of the arrow slits.
Okay, they can go out multiple ones at the same time. All right, this is good.
And I
this is
need
good.
all of you to make, if you're all running, some of you are flying.
Yeah, I'm
No,
I'm
very
still
behind a
Harry.
tree.
Corbin, you're staying at the tree line? Okay.
So I have a specific thing.
Yeah,
Which
Gashgar.
is
I have
going
advantage.
No, it's fine.
I'm going to rage, start running, and start taking out the spotlights with my javelins as I'm going.
Okay.
My weapons.
Corbin, you're staying at the tree line, or are you running along?
No, I'll run too, and I'll shoot at the spotlights as they come around as well.
Okay.
Just regular shots.
So, I need everyone but Lulu. Sorry, hang on. I need Hope and Harriet to make 2 dexterity saving throws. I need
Okay.
Gashkar, Corbin, and Gwynferon to make 3 dexterity saving throws.
Alright, so
20 and
2.
22.
I don't think I get anything. Yeah. I'm gonna advantages to that.
How many attacks?
26.
Advantage
26.
has danger sense.
And you'll be getting, those of you that are attacking the tower will be getting an equal number of attacks to your saving throws. Assuming that you don't die on previous ones. So wait until damage rolls for the first one, then you do your first attack. Or wait till my attack roll, I
Ooh.
should say.
Christ.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
Gwyn.
So, Jack, none of the attacks against you have disadvantage. Corbin, only one of the attacks against you have disadvantage. Gashkar, why do you have advantage on dexterity saves?
Danger sense. If I
Right.
can see it, I have advantage.
Unfortunately, none of the attacks against you have disadvantage. So,
Do I have danger sense? Is that a thing I have? I think it is. I don't have it on my sheet.
Barbarians. Yep.
Yeah.
Second level
Yeah,
barbarian.
you should get that.
There we go. I do.
Level
I
2
do.
barbarian.
If it's
I mean-
something I can see.
you already succeeded, but feel free to roll
Okay.
again just to see if you
I will
roll
see if I
a
can get
natural
a
20.
natural 20.
Sure.
Yeah.
Which
do it.
means what?
I don't know.
In this case?
No, they're terrible.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't mean much. It just
We
means
dodge
more.
everything.
It means more.
We
It
win
means
D&D.
it means more for you to have to add to your sheet, Jeremy.
Correct.
Bring
this
that
set
average
of rolls
down.
is just let's torment Jeremy.
All right. So starting with the ones. So only one of them has so the two on Hope and the two on Harriet both have disadvantage. The one of the three on Corbin has disadvantage, and the others do not. So starting with the ones that have disadvantage, starting with Hope.
Okay. It probably hits. I have terrible armor class.
Does a 17 hit you?
Yes.
And then a 23 hits you. Harry.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
Evasion, though.
The dexterity was not for damage. It was just
Yeah, it's
for
not an area effect.
it was
Got it.
just for
Okay.
whether or not they have advantage or disadvantage
Well,
to hit you.
Yeah.
You can. I fully understand.
Jeremy has a question.
Oh, sorry. I fully understand if the answer is no.
Mhm.
But when I was moved,
Mm-hmm.
could I use evasive footwork?
You are currently flying.
Correct.
Evasive footwork requires you to be on the ground.
I mean, I would argue no. The question is whether I would argue no, because if you can fly, you can still be evasive. I think the question would rather be, am I in control of my own movement?
Yeah.
And thus
Other-
able to twist and turn and
Other question.
What does
and,
evasive footwork do?
I can
Awesome.
expend a superiority die, roll it, and add the number rolled to my armor class
Sure.
Nice.
until I stop moving.
I will
But-
say yes. Feel free.
Question with uncanny dodge. An
Mhm.
attacker you can see hits you with an attack. Is this something I can see?
Yes, you can see
Okay.
you can do uncanny dodge. You just couldn't.
All right, so I can have the attacks damage. All right.
You only do that once per round, so
It's
It
your
doesn't-
reaction. So yeah.
It's
your-
reaction.
it's
Yes,
your
it
reaction,
is reaction.
so.
So my armor class went from a
Yeah.
19 to a 20
Good.
because D10.
So a 23 still hits you,
Yes.
but a 16 doesn't, which is good because the other one was a natural 20. So,
Okay.
so 2 hits on Hope, 1 hit on Harry. I'll go
Yep.
ahead and roll the damage for those.
I'm gonna use my reaction to do Spirit Shield instead of Uncanny Dodge, so I will take the full damage. For mine.
I mean, uncanny dodge just gives you half damage.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I want to
Spirit
protect
Shield
Harry
protects Harriet.
Oh, okay.
Harry.
Okay.
Mhm.
Got it.
because Harry's been hit already. I have not.
All right, Hope, you take 14 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Half.
And 21 points of spirit damage or piercing damage.
7 and 10.
And yes, it is halved. Harry would take 14 points of piercing damage, but a blue
but
ephemeral
that's
figure
reduced.
appears and reduces the damage by 14. Just knocks the bullet away as it appears.
Pain.
Like a comet.
Going around to the other side of the tower. We'll start with Gwynfron because he doesn't have any actions he's doing between the attacks.
All right. So I'm using a portent. The first one that hits me is actually going to be a critical fail. He rolls a natural 1.
Okay. So on the first shot, one of the barrels in the arrow port just explodes.
Yes.
Yes.
Second shot.
I feel like that was a good time to use it.
It was. Second shot. Are you messing with it?
No, I can only use a portent once a round.
Okay.
Or once a turn.
So, does a 20 hit you?
No.
Does a 17 hit you?
The 17 will.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I use shield on the one that's.
Shield lasts,
Shield lasts for the rest of your turn. So.
Okay, then nope. Neither of those hit me.
Right. So as Gwynferon is running up towards the tower, one barrel explodes, and two more shots come raining down. And as they do, he throws up a hand. He throws up a hand, and this ethereal barrier of energy just rockets them into the ground. As he gets to the tower, winded because he is not a runner.
I was flying.
Yeah, you're flying. So.
No, winded because that was terrifying.
Gashkar.
Yes.
Does an 18 hit you?
Yes.
All right, make your attack. Well, hang on, let's roll damage and then you can make your attack. Take 12 points of piercing damage.
Have to 6.
All right, and make your attack. Corbin. Does a 31 hit you?
I'm gonna have to. Unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
I have this awesome adamantine armor called Plot.
You take 20 points of piercing damage, and you can make your attack.
And my stinger hits for 18 on one of the lamps, on one of the searchlights.
Is it just one, or is it the attack action?
One attack right now.
Okay. Yeah, just one of your 2 attacks, or your 3 for you because you're a fighter, I think.
Yeah, one of your 3 attacks.
19.
How many attacks do you have, Gashkar?
2.
All right. That hits. Roll damage.
4 points.
One of the crystals cracks but isn't destroyed. All right. Second attack on the two of you. A natural 20 on Gashkar.
Okay. I have the crit to a normal hit.
Oh. Oops. Oh well.
And a natural 20 on Corbin, who is wearing the armor that negates crits. So
Is everybody able to just say crits?
Hey, look at that sweet natural 20.
No.
It's a shame.
I'm allowed to say, oh nope, not a crit.
Yeah.
On this side of the tower, we just don't care about the crits.
So Gashkar, you take 50 points of piercing damage.
Out of the 25.
Half to 25. And Corbin just takes
a regular hit.
Corbin just takes 29 points of piercing damage.
Just.
I rolled
just second attacks.
I rolled better on the damage for that one than I did on the damage for the crit. Technically. Second attack.
Does 16 hit?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so that was the damage of the second 2 attacks. 16 does hit. Roll damage. And then, Corbin, you get your second attack.
15, the second searchlight.
All right.
23.
Second searchlight shatters. 23 hits. 4
again.
Are you aiming for the same one?
Yeah.
Cracks a little bit more. Doesn't quite get destroyed yet.
Keep working him in. Keep working him in. He's getting tired.
Third attack. This one on Gashkar is regular, and on Corbin is disadvantage.
You try shooting at a tiny crystal while you're running from bullets.
Does a 17 hit you, Gashkar?
Yes, that hits me.
All right. I'm rolling really shittily on this. 16 points of damage to you. Piercing damage. Out to 8. Corbin, this one's with disadvantage. And you don't get a third attack because you don't have 3 attacks. But Corbin does get a third attack after this if he lives.
I'm fine.
A 25 hits you.
Yep.
Wow, that's almost as low as I can roll on damage. 9 points of damage.
Cool.
Make your third attack.
And clink. 26.
Finish it off.
7 points.
All right. Finally, that crystal cracks.
And I
And-
get to the wall.
All of you get to the wall, except for Lulu, who is still moving slowly and
I
carefully.
scoop
not
up
getting
my
shot at.
my
So,
2 javelins as
Do
I go.
we get
Mhm.
attacked too?
You had your
You said
battle
we got
axe
to the
out
wall.
and ready.
Yes. You said we
Sure.
got to the wall.
Now that you're at the
So-
wall, you can get an attack.
There. That's what I meant.
Sorry, when you say
Yeah.
attacks too, they were attacking while running to the wall.
I'm aware.
I'm just confused.
But we were so they were attacking in the middle of their move, attacking at the end
Yes.
of the move. It's still during the turn.
Yes, it wasn't made clear that you wanted to attack. Now I know. Make your attack.
I'm actually
Yes.
genuinely curious about the universe where
I don't
Harry
know
is
if
like,
I'm-
rah, with the battle axe, but does not actually want to attack anything.
Yeah. Do I have an attack? I don't even know.
You hit a crystal and it breaks.
Okay.
Do I have an action left to attack? I used
been-
my bonus action.
No,
to...
you've been carrying.
dash.
You also cast
Okay.
mirror image.
You also cast mirror image.
Ah, that's
Also,
right.
did
Yeah,
the
which-
mirror image?
Oh wait,
not
we
go-
forgot about the mirror images.
No,
Roll for
but
the mirror
did they get
images.
attack? Yeah.
Roll for the mirror
actually,
images.
Because then I wouldn't have actually gotten hit, possibly. How does this work again? I don't remember the spell.
You roll
All right.
You roll a
D20.
d20.
All right. So it's got to be.
And for the record, the universe where Harry has axe ready and doesn't attack, is D&D, where you have to say, "I want to make an attack" to attack.
I mean,
That's,
I
that's
was
a
going
natural
to say
one,
that, but you
so-
said once we
First
get
one
once I roll the
does
attack,
things.
you can roll your attacks. And I realized that it was
And
in response to them, but it
second
seemed like
one.
an all
Okay.
around thing.
the 14. So
So
that one hits a duplicate. So a
the
duplicate.
first one hits you, the second one hits a duplicate, so you only
So,
take...
7 points of damage, I think, was the first one.
Yeah,
right?
so you take the first
Yeah.
one, which was...
Okay,
I don't
I have
remember.
110 hit points now. Cool. And 2 duplicates.
Okay.
I'm going to go.
So there's
Okay.
the funny part. Hope keeps constantly trying to protect because Harry's taken all this damage. Harry still has more hit points than Hope.
Yeah. That's because I have.
So we're
crap hit points
at
that are
the
barely above
tower
wizard,
now.
apparently.
You are all at the tower.
Except for Lulu, who's like still halfway.
And
up.
as you look up, except for Lulu, who
I
is...
do want to remind you that I understand I have to move slowly and stop, but I do actually have a slightly higher movement speed than the average halfling due to.
Yes. Yeah, but
Right.
the difference is
partway.
they dashed across,
Yeah.
so you're literally
Fair
getting
enough.
there in half the time that they got there.
Yeah, I basically, because stealth movement is half speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You're-
don't suppose there's a clearly evident door that
So hang on.
Gwyn can
Yeah.
see. Okay.
So, pause for a second. I have box
Alright.
text.
Box text, damn it! I know this feeling. I know the feeling of having box
Pause
text
for a
and not-
second.
the player is not letting you read it.
So as you get to the wall, you look up, and except for the one that exploded and thus will no longer fit back in, all of the barrels slide back into the tower, and you hear once again that sharp stinging sound. It's that feedback sound and static as the green crystals once again start emitting sound. Well, it seems my visitors have made it to the tower. I suppose it would be sporting of me to let you in at that point. And as the statement finishes, the tower grinds loudly as it rotates on its axis, the rotating causing it to spiral up as it does. And after a few moments of rotating and grinding, during which point Lulu makes it to the tower as well, the tower stops with an entryway visible now at the base.
Excuse me. Hello?
There's no response.
How long has it been since we charged?
It would have been. It's been a couple minutes. So.
Okay, so my rage is gone. My first of my 6 rages per day.
Yeah,
I will have during that time used my second win.
And yes, there was
This
no
is-
response to you, Harry.
This is. Do we want to just go to the top and have done with it?
Sure, let's go in and deal with this.
Gwyn is going to, keeping close to the wall, fly up to a space in between the arrow slits,
Yes,
trailing
Jeremy?
a rope behind him. Oh, okay, go ahead, Jeremy.
Before, I mean, you can be flying like. Since he seems to be willing to wait, maybe we should, since we all took some hits, take some time to catch our breath.
I mean, I'm pretty fine. But
Just a thought. I mean, if we just want to go right in, I'm all for that.
I don't like this.
As Harry is saying that, Gashkar will pop a healing potion.
We can take a short rest, but sure,
That-
we can expend our resources as well.
I have a handful.
I'm trying to gauge the voice again because we've heard the speaker
So-
again.
In universe, Harry was saying, "Do you want to take a short rest?"
Gwyn is going to pause. All right. How many of you would significantly benefit from such a thing?
If we feel the need to
Harry?
take a rest,
Don't
I
get
can
me
use
wrong.
it, but
I'm
I can...
all for charging in.
Harry? Anyone else? Corbin? You look like
I'm
you
fine.
took a few hits.
Lulu
I-
steps out of the shadows and strugs completely uninjured.
But seriously, are there at least 3 of you that would benefit from it, including Harry?
Can I do a medicine check to see who is actually injured, whatever they may be saying?
Sure. Give me a medicine check.
I could bring 2 more of these, she says, holding up a pair of healing potions in her fingers, and probably
So,
be fine.
What's
21 because halfling.
what's everyone's relative health levels?
157 of 192. I'm not kidding when I say I could drink 2 more healing potions and be fine.
All right. Or Harry.
157 out of 184. Also 2 superiority dice and a second wind. I really want to take a short rest.
Second wind. Does the second wind come back on short
Refreshes
rest?
on a short rest.
Yeah, it comes back
Yeah.
on a short
Mhm.
rest.
There you go.
Yeah.
Didn't know
We
that.
wouldn't know because
Powerful
the Eberron group never fucking takes a short rest.
It's true.
110 out of 117.
So you're fine.
Yeah.
And
did
Corbin,
Corbin get
you're down a short rest, right? Or I mean,
no,
a-
I'm
a-
fine.
a
because
second
I'm
wind.
gonna use one of the 3 blessings of Valkyr and just heal myself.
Yeah. By the way, you all have those.
Well,
Except for
only
Harry.
the
Those
people that
are
read the
one
map.
time use.
No, not all of them.
Except for
Only
Harry.
me and Hope.
Some
I
people-
think have. Or and
Yeah.
I think it's just
Yeah.
us.
Actually, yeah. No.
But as a
only-
reminder for you two, no, I feel like Lulu was there last time we went to the tower.
No, this
Oh,
is
temple.
from the Temple of
Right.
Valkyr.
Yes.
This is from the temple.
Yeah.
As a reminder,
Yes.
those are expended permanently if I'm reading
Yes.
Agrisol's
Yes.
character sheet right.
got
Yes.
3.
Yep.
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 Hold, then
Lulu
hold,
will-
then hold, then.
Yeah.
And he's going to Gashkar, Corbin, and Harry, and he's casting Catnap on them.
It's catnap, too.
I'm trying to gauge the voice
Are you
again.
sure this is gonna...
Give me an insight roll, Hope. Catnap, for those that don't know, you make a calming gesture and up to 3 willing creatures of your choice that you can see within range fall unconscious for the spell's duration, which is 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
The spell ends on a target early if it takes damage or someone uses an action to shake or slap it awake. If the target remains unconscious for the full duration, the target gains the benefit of a short rest, and it can't be affected by the spell again until it finishes a long rest.
That's nice.
Pretty cool. I like
Before
it.
you walked up,
Wow.
before you walked up to Corbin, though, all his wounds healed.
Also, it doesn't work if you're
He hit you
unwilling.
with it
So it doesn't work if you're unwilling. So you can literally just shrug it off.
So,
What did you use? Oh.
That's why he told Corbin not to do that. But if Corbin ignored him, then Corbin ignored
well,
him.
he did it when he got to the wall. Everybody was just talking.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It had already been done before you made the declaration of catnap. So
Okay.
Natural
everybody
one.
was talking about
because he
what
said
the
this would
most
help.
efficient expenditure of resources was.
anyways.
Probably a useful conversation.
So Harry and Gashkar fall asleep. Hope you're making an insight check.
Yep. Natural
Corbin
one.
fell asleep, too.
Um,
Because Quinn said it would help.
I hope you again. You don't get anything out of it more than what you already got.
I don't like this. Yeah.
So you guys have about 10 minutes before Gashkar and Harry will wake up again.
They're snoring.
So Gwyn will explain his plan in quiet tones to Lulu and Hope. If this opponent, crafty as they are, has any sense of self-preservation, it is likely that the interior of this tower is going to be significantly hazardous to traverse. So my suggestion is that we skip it and simply go to the top level where most of the initial attacks are coming from. I will fly up there carrying a rope. I will make a hole in the wall, and we will climb up and go inside. Skipping all of the potential problems.
The voice sounds like Cal. Do you know who Cal is?
Do I know who Cal is?
I
You
wish
said that name to us before.
I wish there was a knowledge local roll. Give me a.
History?
It was not history though. Give me just a flat intelligence check.
Okay.
With
24.
proficiency if he has sleight of hand?
No.
Thievery related. Because it's thievery related.
Yeah, it's like knowledge local is one of the few things that I wish we had an equivalent of.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can like a
Just
street.
change the DC.
because
Yeah.
it is different. It is different from a history roll. Anyways, so with a 24, regardless, you know the name. You know the name. The name. The very 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 obviously the name is associated with a trading company. In Core.
And Hope will kind of fill in some gaps in information if you look blank.
Cal Argal is a merchant who is the head of the Argal Trading Company, and he's fairly prominent, fairly well respected. Fairly wealthy within Core. He's a bit of a recluse. Not many people ever really meet him outside of business dealings, and those that do, those that do don't really talk about it all that much. So,
Okay. A mercantile individual, reclusive, isolated.
Selena bargained with him for something to lock a piece of Eidos away.
So, from the research that I've been able to unearth and the experiences that I've had within the tower thus far, this is a demon.
Mm-hmm.
For the record, Harriet
Is
snores
Cal.
loudly.
I'm sure she does. I'm
Right
so
there with
happy.
Very
Corbin.
loudly.
Right there
Yeah.
with Corbin.
Are you saying that you believe, based on some vocal similarities, that Cal Argal is a demon as well?
I'm feeling paranoid, yes.
How is this different than your normal waking existence from day to day?
Thank you.
Not much, but
Okay,
Green-
just wanted to check.
Yep.
Just wanted to check.
mhm. So maybe this is just from my subconscious. I don't know.
Gashkar does not snore, but if she gets any REM sleep during the course of this catnap, you notice there's just the occasional spark of electricity across her eyes.
Nice.
Also, Selena agrees that Cal is probably a demon of some kind.
Yeah.
If
She
we're
has had
talking
no
about
problem
things
making
our
a deal
other
with the
characters want to comment on, Agrisol did mention to Gwyn, you have to explain to my boss that I'm getting kidnapped here.
Yep, and Gwyn nodded, and then completely forgot about that
Didn't.
because he doesn't care.
Oh.
That's fair.
We're doomed. All right.
Also because Agrisol did not tell Gwyn who his boss was. I don't think.
No, but you showed up and knew everything about us, and he's not the brightest.
No, Gwyn could probably find out who Agrisol's boss was, but there were more important things that he felt he had to do at the moment. He may remember that somewhere down the line and mail Cal a post-it note or something.
Or his dragon wife might just be like, "Hey,
Right.
demon, I'm borrowing this."
Right. Or it's like, yeah, you got taken by a dragon, and your boss is gonna say, did you submit the sick leave for that? What? But yeah. So that's Gwyn's plan, and he will explain it to Hope and Lulu and see if they have any refinements, suggestions. Dear God, that's a terrible idea. Anything?
I get some kind of tactics role being a hunter, currently being attuned to fiends?
You can give me a
Survival?
Sure.
Yeah, I get advantage on those. 23.
So the big thing to know about demons is not to fight them in their lair. Too late for that.
I get the sense this pocket dimension likely qualifies as their lair.
Something
I'd
along
assume.
at some level, yes.
Yeah.
And in your mind, it seems silly that he wouldn't have thought of that. Like, Gwyn's suggestion is basically fly up to the side where there are arrow slits and blow it open.
Okay.
Exposing the guns.
And so, in your mind, it seems silly to think that somebody who is inviting you into their home or into whatever constitutes as their house hasn't thought of, especially a demon, hasn't thought of the counter offer of just blowing your way in through the windows.
All right.
That's pretty much all you really get off that, though.
All right. Okay. So what Lulu will say is flying up there, especially very openly, is gonna be risky, and it's probably gonna get whoever's doing it shot quite a lot.
Yeah.
Additionally, while it may or may not be safer than going inside, this creature definitely has preparations and defenses for having their roof blown open.
Yeah. Also,
But that doesn't mean it's necessarily a worse plan than walking in. I'd just say that I should probably be the one to climb up. I could potentially even get up there without being detected.
That's a lot of people
Valid.
climbing on the outside of something where there is no cover and one or two people can get up there. If we go through, we can stick together.
Mm-hmm.
Also true. Well, I thought I'd make the suggestion, but no, your points are very well taken.
But we should have a plan, whatever route we go.
Well, I would say Hope and the sleeping ones in front, Lulu, you're quiet and lethal both, so somewhere where you have the flexibility to maneuver yourself to the most advantageous position. And as one of the few individuals more effective at range than up close, I will stay towards the rear and try and keep an eye out for things. That's my general analysis. If you have other suggestions, of course, please.
Yep. Presumably
All
it's
right.
at the top there. I don't know.
Okay. Well, once they wake up, I assume we can be on our way.
Yes, because the sleeping people obviously have no input to this plan.
You
You got injured.
Sorry.
So, 10
Delegating.
minutes
It's
pass.
okay. It's only the most martially capable.
It's
With
true.
all
And
due
Excuse
respect
me.
to Lulu
Excuse me.
and Hope,
You have a -2 wisdom that has an impact on your plan making.
that -2 wisdom, high
Not
intelligence.
intelligence.
She is a very,
Yeah.
very skilled planner. She
Mm.
just has no impulse control when she doesn't have time to plan.
No, let me.
No, it's fine. Lulu will be
Because-
like, "Oh, this is a plan. Okay, let's go."
No, Lulu
Harry
just
will
got
Or
lectured
Harriet.
about not
Harriet.
understanding people and not talking to them last
Sorry.
episode.
I meant Harriet. I'm still getting used to my own character's name.
Yeah, Lulu will. Are we gonna just go ahead, or are we gonna let them yell at each other for half an hour about what the plan should be?
Very well put.
We need to explain it to them at least.
I mean, I feel like the ultimate plan explains itself pretty well. Set yourselves up towards the front of the group at ranges that are easy for you. I'll sneak. Gwen will guard the rear. Was there some other part of the plan I missed?
Fairly straightforward and simple, actually. No, I don't think you did.
Yep. They're just sleeping right now, so they can't hear you.
And I'll say it again when they wake up.
Yep. See if they have any
I feel
other.
like you're judging me for something, and I don't know what, so I can't.
I judge
not do it.
everyone.
That's me.
I was gonna say Gwyn just face palms at that point.
I judge
I love
everyone.
the tone of that. I judge everyone. You're not special.
So, 10 minutes pass. Everyone wakes up.
With a start, and I grab my gun.
Welcome back. How's the nap?
Feeling refreshed, I hope.
I feel much refreshed.
Yeah.
All right.
We did a bit of planning while you were asleep, and we're thinking a straightforward approach from the interior, working our way up, with the three of you at ranges suitable for your talents leading the way. Hope and Lulu being a bit on the more stealthy and flexible side. In the middle, I'll guard the rear. Thoughts?
You don't think you'll have something to come in from behind us?
Oh yeah, definitely.
It might. Potentially, yes.
Keep an
You don't
eye
want-
out.
you don't want
Push
something-
Gwen towards the middle.
You don't want
I
someone
want
with a
to be watching.
shield at the rear.
Yeah. Like I
Yeah.
said, suggestions.
Shield at the rear, someone fast. If
All I will say is that that voice is the voice of someone who wants to have a minute to gloat, so he'll likely let all of us get in the room if we get past all of his traps.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then. And as you say traps, Gwyn just pulls out his wand of secrets and just sort of spins it around his fingers real quick. Let's position ourselves accordingly then, I suppose.
Right.
I can
That
take
works.
hits from traps, especially now that I'm at full fighting strength again. So
Yep. Same here.
So what's your marching order?
I'm ahead of the group.
Same. Checking for traps.
It sounds like everybody's checking for traps.
Yeah,
I'm
including
confused.
the person with the magic that does that. Sorry.
Did
No,
you
that's okay.
explain what does that wand do?
It finds traps and secret
How
doors.
does it have charges? Does it get
3.
used up? Okay. Because I don't.
So
This is backup.
Okay. Good. All right. Sweet. So I'll go in front and check for traps.
Do you want to take it with you?
I'm feeling that. I mean, when I don't see it, then I just walk into it. Yeah,
Right.
that's fine.
And this way, if you don't see it but you're still suspicious, you can check yourself
Okay. See,
before
that's
you
my...
wreck yourself.
grounded.
God.
So to clarify, I want to make sure that that I didn't mishear and put my own interpretation in. The plan was for the fighty hit pointy people to be in front, and now the non-fighty hit pointy people are in front.
Yeah, I don't.
So the plan, as I understood it,
You
was
need a trap
Lulu would
finder.
scout ahead
Mm-hmm.
stealthily. The fighty hit pointy people would be the front of the party. Whoever was best equipped to do that would be decided by the fighty hit pointy people, and Gwen would be in the back. I didn't know that Hope was not with the party.
Lulu, can you find traps?
Mm-hmm. And
All
there's
right.
a magic stick I can use if I have any questions about it.
All right, fine. You go in front. I'll stay in back and watch the rear.
I hand Lulu the magic stick.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now that that's all
I
been
will
settled.
be wanting that back.
Because I was gonna say it sounded to me like, all right, so the fighters are gonna be in front and so on and so forth, and then okay, who's in front? And like everybody raised their hand.
So
Yeah. Just to clarify, I am a scout with 170 hit points.
No, legit. Like I was
Yeah.
totally down with that. Just
And
wires
possibly the
crossed
highest
his
on
head.
the class.
now that that's been settled,
yes. So
theoretically,
Lulu.
probably.
The three of us.
Yeah, I'd
Do
say
any
like
of you have reach weapons?
I do.
Yeah, I do.
Yes, I
Probably worth having someone
bow.
with a reach weapon further back.
So bow, and also has to shoot over the has to somehow get around the taller people. So I will be next.
Yeah. So yeah, let's have Harriet can
So
take the front.
Lulu, Harry,
We had
Gashkar
mentioned
or
possibly having somebody defensive in the rear.
Yeah, I can go in the back too.
Yeah,
All right.
you have a
Okay.
shield, so you can protect people.
Excellent.
Gash,
So Gwyn will be
Gashkar,
second to last.
Yeah, so
Hope, Gwyn.
Corbin.
That's the order from front to back.
so Lulu, Harry, Gashkar, Hope, Gwyn, Corbin.
No,
Yes.
Hope at the back. I thought.
No, we already established Corbin at the back.
So
Okay.
Because Corbin has the shield.
All right.
Gwyn can be in the middle behind.
Gwyn's in the middle.
Yeah.
Sure.
Lulu, Harry,
And
Gashkar,
Gwyn is
Gwyn,
actually-
Hope.
Gwyn is
Corbin.
actually intentionally positioning himself between Hope and Corbin. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So Lulu,
I
Harry,
think it's on the
Gashkar,
text.
Hope, Gwyn, Corbin. All right. Okay.
I was trying to get it done as quickly as possible.
No, fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just highly amused by. Like I
Not
said,
the only one.
I was trying.
Okay. I start going in stealthily checking for traps.
give
The
me a
order
stealth
that is
check.
listed is the order that goes.
Give me a stealth check.
Yield stealth advantage because stealth, and then stealth roll because stealth. Oh, for fuck's sake. 19.
Okay. Now give me an investigation roll.
Can I give myself advantage with my blood hunter thing, given this is a fiend lair?
It is a fiend lair, but traps are not inherently fiendish.
Fine.
Unless it's a demon mouth that breathes fire in the wall.
Can you
I feel
someone
like that's
put
a
the
bit more
text of Wand of
obvious.
Secrets in chat just in case?
I feel like that's a bit more
Yeah,
obvious
I'll
than
get,
a
the,
than
I'll
a
get the
trap.
text of that for you real quick.
Also, any trap maker can make a trap look like a demon, so I don't think that qualifies either. Alright. That's a 2.
That
you
is
don't find
2.
any traps.
Which is why I'd like the text of Wand of Secrets, because Lulu knows her actual capabilities, but also knows that having multiple people stealthing in front's a bad idea.
Oh, your investigation is okay. That's all right. My investigation is plus 14. I'm regretting
But
things.
having 2 scouts is not a good idea.
Yes, but if things go wrong, that one has a lot more hit points than armor class.
Also, you're not aware of
slightly
it.
mortal.
Also, you're not aware of each other's individual pluses or minuses to skills. So.
Which is also true.
John,
aware of
I'm
your
also. Gwyn is using his an action to activate the third eye. He can see invisible objects and creatures that are within 10 feet of him.
Okay.
Yeah, so once she is 30 feet in, she'll cast the Wand of Secrets, giving a radius.
Okay. The Wand of Secrets picks up no traps.
Okay.
How high was the tower?
Almost to the tree line, almost to the canopy, so several hundred feet.
So I'm moving ahead, looking for a way up.
There are stairs. As you step into the tower, you find yourselves in the bottom of a spiral staircase that seems to go all the way to the top.
Yep. And I've already checked the first 60 feet of that spiral staircase, so I'll continue up from there.
Okay. Give me another investigation roll.
There's a roll.
15.
You do not see any visible traps.
Okay. So again, heading up to sort of keep the distance.
Yep.
It's in range of the magic. Do I see anything different as I'm getting further up, or is it still just spiral?
Thus far, it seems to just be a stone spiral staircase.
Okay, can I estimate how far this staircase would have to go up to be at the tree line?
Roughly, if it was going all the way up to the canopy, or if it goes to where it
To
looks
where
like it
I
goes.
know this tower
To where it
goes on
goes.
the outside.
I just wanted to clarify. Probably goes up about 150 feet.
Okay, yeah, so I'll keep moving up.
Alright, so give me another investigation check as you continue on.
Sure.
Yep, and again, it doesn't seem like there are any traps here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna hope this is linear space until I have a reason to suspect otherwise and continue heading up.
Okay.
I assume the other group is following a reasonable distance behind.
That's the assumption I'm making.
Mm-hmm. Watching behind.
Alright.
While this is going on, I want to start a discussion about group order again.
Feel free.
I'm kidding.
So, Lulu, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. That's fine. Natural fucking 20 because halfling.
So after about
Holy shit.
Which means I rolled a natural 1 that became a natural 20.
Yes, it did.
Oh wow. Nice.
That's awesome.
After about 10 minutes of walking up the staircase,
Mm-hmm.
you realize that you haven't gotten any closer to the top of the tower.
Yeah. Okay. If this is a magical space, which she's been suspecting for a while, how would I get closer?
Give me an Arcana check.
11.
You do not know.
Okay. So, slightly down, Gwyn hears in his mind, I don't think this space is the right way round. How do we get further up in something that doesn't move?
Can Gwyn make that Arcana check as well?
Yes, you can.
I will also
26.
That was that message was
that was brain talk.
that was message
I
was
mean,
just to Gwen's mind.
Yeah, just
Just to
because
Gwyn?
I
Yeah.
don't
I'm
know
sorry.
how close you guys are.
Yep. So, first of all, Gwen, you realize that the Wand of Secrets doesn't help here,
Okay.
because that's not a trap, or a secret door.
Right.
Secondly, there has to be something sustaining the illusion. You imagine this is probably an illusion. It could very well be a conjuration spell that is just like sort of teleporting you back down, but that's a little bit more noticeable than an endless staircase. So if it's an illusion, there's a way to dispel the illusion. Either something is powering it that can be broken, or you can use dispel magic.
Right. Which is what he's going to do.
All right.
He will cast Dispel Magic at, let's say, 4th level.
Okay.
He'll bump it up a notch.
You're going to need to roll.
Okay. Which is an Arcana?
It's a flat intelligence roll.
Flat
No
intelligence.
No proficiency bonus.
Roll. Right.
Do you want to
Ba-do.
use your potent? Do you want to use a portent?
No. He definitely does
Dispel
not.
with an 11th level spell.
A 21? All right.
Yep.
So, you cast Dispel Magic, and all of you suddenly come to the realization that you're standing in a circle at the bottom of the tower, where there's a ladder on one wall.
This motherfucker.
Mother's fizzle. And she starts climbing the ladder.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, now that's just a bloody cheap trick. I like this bastard.
Our intricate plan went out the window, so she's gone to first thing that comes to her mind.
Don't hit the
Our
ladder.
intricate plan called having a marching order went out the window.
Yep.
Yes.
Gaskar's up behind her.
Did you see how long that plan took to formulate?
Go up the ladder.
You begin climbing the ladder.
Fair play to you, you fucker.
Also, I move damn quick. So,
How
Yeah,
quick
for a
do
house.
you move? 'Cause
35 feet.
same.
40 feet.
Well, you can
We're-
just wait for me.
We're
because
going
if
as
you try
fast
to
as
climb
the
over
first
me,
person on the
I
ladder.
start kicking at your face.
All of
I
you
know, I'm
make
trying to climb
all
over
of
you.
you make wisdom saving throws.
Oh!
See,
Oh,
this
a
is why I
wisdom
was going
saving
ahead,
throw, you
because
say.
if I go brain dead, everyone else can fix it.
I'm gonna use Indomitable.
All right, go ahead and reroll.
Oh god.
Yeah,
18.
no, yeah. I will use Indomitable, even though this is going to be useless.
Okay.
Roll even worse, please.
I mean, I can't nat 1. Well, I can if I roll 2, which I can do, because this is me.
You can also just roll a 2 and have a -3.
Nice.
14.
All of you notice, about 10 minutes into climbing the ladder, that you're not getting any closer to the top.
God damn it.
Fucking, I hate
God.
illusionists.
Okay, so Gwyn tried magic, and apparently we don't have a plan anymore. So Lulu's plan is just gonna be
I'm going to start-
essentially do her right damage to herself to try and get rid of this.
All right, this is
Like,
an
slap
illusion,
yourself out
but
of the
reality is
illusion.
still here. I'm gonna start
Right.
trying to.
I disbelieve the ladder.
You can give me an intelligence saving throw.
Please don't. We're all on the
And-
ladder.
Lulu,
I'm the last one on the ladder.
Lulu, you can also give me an intelligence saving throw.
Okay,
14.
and I'll
Unless
do
you have a
the
blood
right
hunter thing.
damage.
Unless you have a blood hunter thing that specifically dispels illusions.
No, I don't. I'm just trying to slap myself awake.
Gwen, you can't disbelieve this ladder.
Right, yeah.
Can
no.
I take a ball bearing and just sort of cast it out
Lulu,
into the
you
middle of the
cannot
room to
disbelieve
see
this
if
ladder.
it falls?
Sure.
I'm not trying to. I'm trying to slap myself
Because if
off.
reality
of
is
the
still
ladder,
here
but
and we have reached like a platform thing,
Sure.
then
So you
presumably
take
I'll
the-
be able to see that.
You take the ball bearing and drop it.
Yep.
Click, click, click. click.
Does it click at the right moment when it hits the ground, or does
That's
it
true.
keep going?
No, it sounds like it hits at the right moment.
Okay, does it hit about the height that I think we've been climbing or less?
Less than you think you've been climbing.
Okay. So we're
When
not as
I hate
high.
illusionists. can you
Gwyn
fix
climbs
this?
back down, walks outside.
All right, you're outside.
Oh god.
Looking
Yeah,
up at the tower again.
I mean, you could always try to dispel it again.
Yeah, I could.
I mean, if we're all headed outside.
Let me look at the
No,
text.
I'm still on the ladder.
Yeah. So we all realize that this is most
You have
likely.
you have all.
Do we all-
What you have all realized is that you've been climbing for a while and haven't been getting any closer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Can I
And
try to
given-
disbelieve the ladder?
Sure, give me an
I'll
intelligence
climb down
saving-
to the
give me
bottom
a-
first
give
in
me an
case
in-
it's.
Give me an intelligence saving throw. Any of you can try to disbelieve the ladder if you want.
I mean,
Sure, why
Given
not?
that we are actually in the same place this time, Lulu will. This is what happened with the stairs. They twirl and space isn't right.
I'm gonna start smoking my pipe while I'm standing on the ladder.
Okay.
You wouldn't happen
And
to
I'm
have
gonna
true seeing,
see-
would you?
And I'm going to see
Wait
if
for
I
on.
can what the
course I do.
smoke does, where it goes.
Okay. You smoke the pipe. You get.
Yep,
You get the
because-
bonus to your intellect. You get your bonus
Because
to your
what
wisdom.
we're in, what we're in right now looks like a tube, but it
And-
may be a different space, and so I'm
The-
trying to see if the smoke shows a different
The
space.
smoke does not show a different space.
Illusions can be powerful.
None of you disbelieve the ladder.
Didn't think so.
I keep climbing
Okay.
Gashkar just kind of like hops over everyone to get down.
because she keeps climbing because she does not have any better ideas. She's letting everybody else do it, and who knows? Weirder things have happened.
Absolutely fair.
So, for my benefit, because Lulu can see this, who is going in which direction?
I'm still
Gwyn has
on
stepped
the ladder.
outside.
Standing on the ladder.
So, Gwen has stepped
Harry's
outside.
going up.
Gwen has stepped outside. Gashkar has slid down. Hope is just hanging off the ladder. Corbin is also just hanging off the ladder, as far as I can tell.
No, he's down at the bottom.
Okay. Corbin
Yeah.
has also slid down. Harry is continuing to climb.
All
This
right,
isn't
I guess
real.
I'll continue to climb because it's less likely the middle of the ladder will be attacked.
I am staying in place. I'm seeing if they look like they're moving from me, and I am trying to. This is an illusion. This is not real. Come on.
It looks like they're moving away from you, but every time you blink, it looks like they're closer to you.
Yep. So I am going to try and disbelieve whatever this illusion is.
Yeah.
Not the ladder, because I can feel the ladder, and that feels real, I guess. But
Give me an
something
intelligence
else
saving
is
throw.
off. All right.
It's just the Monty Python Sir Lancelot sequence of the dude
Went to
running at the
two.
screen, and then it
So,
cuts back, and then cuts back,
Hope,
and he's running at the screen
You
again.
you sort of blink and rub your eyes and open them again, and as you do, you're standing in a fairly large open room.
Okay.
At one end of the room, there is what seems to be a humanoid individual wearing a long coat, laughing uproariously. And you look to your left and you see Lulu and Harry standing on the floor next to you, miming climbing a ladder, with Corbin also standing next to you, looking up at nothing, and Gashkar and Gwynfron having just stepped outside the door.
Yep.
You fucker! I'm going to. Oh, dang it.
You know,
Gwyn-
consumption would damage all of us and potentially break the illusion.
I know.
So Gwyn has decided, fuck this, and he has cast his 8th level spell, Anti-Magic Field, and he's walking back inside.
All right. As you walk back inside, Gwen, the illusion dissolves. And for everyone else, the illusion now dissolves as Gwen gets close to you. Lulu and Harry, you realize you've been standing in place miming climbing a ladder for the past however long. And you all see this individual on the far end of the room sitting on a chair, just laughing his ass off at you.
Who
You're
the
a
hell are you?
Longbow shot.
All right.
I was gonna say.
Axe.
Well, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Yeah.
Where are our
21.
tokens?
And
Good time.
I will put you in a thing where there are tokens.
Yay.
Thanks.
Badgers.
So many fucking badgers.
PTSD
not
flashbacks. PTSD flashbacks.
Jack, that was the episode you missed, right?
Yes, it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
that is the
That was the badgers.
That was
Okay.
exactly
That was
how
a-
many badgers there were.
That was a
were
ridiculous
left.
set.
I
of
killed some of
There
them,
was-
and
yeah,
those
yeah.
ones are underneath other ones right
All
now.
right, hang on. I've got to get rid of Selena.
I was gonna say.
For fuck's... Wait, that's intelligence.
I wasn't sure how long you guys would be. It would take you guys to figure out the illusions, so I didn't actually have the battle prepped.
10.
How little faith do you have in us?
Well, considering you've been trying to figure out the illusions for 20 minutes, the right amount.
We figured out it was an illusion.
20 minutes is fairly impressive. It took us 10 to figure out
Marching
order. No, I am not letting that go.
And the thing that's amusing him is that he was sitting there watching the entire time.
So you have removed Selena, but you have yet to add
I am working on adding Harry. I've got
Okay.
Harry here. I made a token for Harry. I just never got
I just
around
wanted to
adding it.
make I just wanted to make sure.
Because I have had one hell of a week, let me tell you.
Giant Harry.
Wow,
That seems
amazing.
That seems to be the appropriate
That's
size.
awesome. I hadn't seen her token before. It's
That
good.
looks sweet.
I like it.
All right. Oh, since it didn't take my first one, I'm re-rolling, but I'm keeping my initial value. Oh,
Yeah,
hey,
that's what I did.
duplicated. Well done, Roll20.
Do you halflings have dark vision?
Nope,
No.
but I have dark vision from being a blood hunter.
High elves do.
Let me find the part of it that says that specifically, but I know that that's one of the things I get.
It's the 11th level ability, I think.
I believe I'm the only one that
That
does not have
sounds-
dark vision.
Yes, dark velocity.
You have a fancy helmet.
Does Harry have?
I mean,
That does not give me dark vision.
we literally
No, the
just
spear
said
does.
the halflings don't have dark vision.
Yeah,
It was
we kind of. Wait, that's the wrong one.
that was a conversation that just happened.
Like less than a minute ago.
Like a few seconds ago.
Oh, good.
No, I wasn't sure if fighters got something that I was forgetting
Nope.
about.
Nope.
All right. Here's where I.
And I'm
remember
not
all the
blinded
things.
anymore. Thank God that was a stupid fight.
Lulu has 30-foot dark vision.
All right, let me see if this will Spawn a
I also have
token.
additional speed I forgot about.
Why is it not spawning a token? Would you please? Oh, that's why. Because I had somebody else open. Boom.
Hi there.
Ooh, glowy eyes. Creepy. Good.
Oh, hey,
Great.
motherfucker. Hmm.
Alright, so you guys are sort of standing around. Where did Harry go? Oh, Harry's right there.
I don't know.
That's where Lulu. Boom. Okay. Let's see, hoping going a little bit further ahead.
You know, you could probably take my token and just shorten the name down to Harry, so I'm not blocking off the names of people adjacent to me.
I mean, I could.
Yep. You could probably do the same with Gashkar, by the way.
I don't adjust
That's
the
why
names.
you give your character a one-syllable name.
The name represents the name of your character sheet. I don't make any modifications to that. Okay, I have now modified it though. Okay, so blah 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 blah. Okay.
That's the anti-magic field.
You are all standing in this fairly open room. There is a demon. There is an entity in front of you, who is surrounded by these long, rectangular pieces of metal. And I see that for some reason Mara's camera here is fucked up. Oh, because that's not Mara's camera. That's why. Hang on. Yeah. Roll 20 cameras. So yeah, surrounded by these long rectangular pieces of metal, the tips of which you have seen previously as they were firing at you. They seem to be sort of just lining the walls, like they're just sort of leaning up against it, like he's placed each and every one of them there individually, except for one, which is stuck through an arrow slit where it couldn't be retrieved because the barrel exploded.
Cause fuck you, buddy.
For reference, in case am I supposed to know what Gwynfron's aura is right now?
Anti-magic field.
It's my anti-magic field.
Okay.
But it's
Right.
not probably visible.
That's another thing that was said not too long ago.
Oh, I know. No, I'm
No, it's fine.
terrible.
It's
I've
fine.
never denied this.
Given you were asking about dark vision, is it currently dark or dim light?
No, it is currently well lit.
Okay.
None of you have to worry about dark vision. I asked
Yeah.
because I was modifying Harry's
Well-
token.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I get extra movement if it's dark out, so I wanted to clarify.
No, it is not currently dark.
Move at the speed of dark.
And
I can
so yes,
actually move faster than
So-
I can see in front of me.
assuming that everyone is on the initiative board,
Mhm.
Gwen, Harry, them, Corbin, Lulu, Hope, Geshkar, everyone's on initiative, and Gwenfron, you actually rolled first, so you do get your arrow off.
Sweet. Boink.
Fire! Oh, God.
This is a 12 hit.
So you fire.
Yep.
And as the arrow flies, he just sort of like, while still laughing, extends a finger and intercepts the arrow with the finger,
Mhm.
and it just sort of clink and then falls as he stalls its momentum with a single finger.
That's a bit off-putting.
Anything else on your turn?
Yes. Well, actually. Okay. So here's the thing about anti-magic field that I don't remember. Because I might... Yep, nope, that's everything.
All right. Harry.
All right. So we are going to move in.
I believe
Let's go.
I believe while you guys are in the anti-magic field, your magical weapons have been muted, not
Yep.
destroyed, but they don't have their special properties or their bonuses.
Yeah, basically.
True.
Let's just go right there. Because that seems like a good safe spot.
Also-
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Start's turn. Never mind. Never mind. Ignore that for now.
We're doomed.
I would like to take my axe and behead myself because I'm about to have to make wisdom saving throws. I like how everything is wisdom saving throws
To
today.
be fair, that is how 5th edition works. There's a lot of wisdom saves. in
It
5th.
is. There's very few intelligence saves and a lot of wisdom ones.
Yep. Wisdom index. Mostly just wisdom index.
I mean, all right, so we will start with attack action. And let's do. Okay, I only have to decide once I hit. Let's do a 23 to hit.
That will hit.
All right, and this is going to be a goading attack.
Okay.
So
Meh.
11 slashing and 17 slashing damage. And he has to make a wisdom saving throw versus 19.
Okay, so that's 17 slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And that axe is magical, because I made it. And a wisdom saving throw, you say?
Yes.
He rolled a 26.
Okay. Second attack.
Mhm.
Hold on. I got a combat. 25
That hits.
for 16 damage.
Okay.
And third attack, 19
That hits.
for 9 slashing damage. Do I burn my? Yeah, let's start doing serious damage early. I'm gonna burn one of my action surges.
Okay.
One of your action surges.
Yes, level 17 fighters, folks.
So many attacks.
19 for 12 slashing damage.
All right.
25 for 13 slashing damage.
Okay.
And 20 for 9 slashing damage.
All right. So Harry
hack,
just
hack.
runs up and just like hedgehog spins with the axe.
Accurate.
At the end of your turn, he's going to use a
Uh-huh.
legendary action.
Of course.
And he sort of reaches out towards you and smiles. And as he smiles, you see that his teeth are not normal teeth. They're just like sort of
Okay.
rotten. They look almost like Swiss cheese that's been sitting out in the sun for 3 years.
Okay.
Just blackened and green
I was gonna
and
say, his teeth are a
fungusy and
puddle?
disgusting. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as
Constitution saving throw.
you smell this smell coming from his mouth
Okay.
and hear a siren going off as my child gets.
Alrighty. That was shit. 16.
Right, you are poisoned.
Okay.
You have the poisoned status. And now it's his turn. Now I have to interpret rules.
Anti-magic field's a really weird one.
Yeah, anti-magic field makes this interesting.
It's like
the best.
I think this still works.
While I'm raging, I get all my normal barbarian base rage effects, but I don't get any of my storm effects because they're all
Yeah.
magic.
I think this works because the magic starts at him and not there. And by the time it gets to there, it's no longer magic. So, he sort of smiles down at Harry. Well, let's include all of your friends in on the game, shall we?
Oh, we're clustered.
And he just sort of turns and looks at the rest. And I'm pretty certain... Yeah, that works. takes a deep breath and exhales.
Dang
And
it.
as he does, the air, you see his mouth distend on a very, sort of almost cartoonishly distend. And as it does, a swarm of rats floods out of his mouth. A swarm of rats that rushes forward, covering all of the space between here and basically 120 feet beyond. So, the rats swarm over Hope and Gwynfron and Corbin.
Okay, so here's where are these? So he cast a spell in
No,
order to create.
he
these
did not
rats,
cast a
right?
spell.
Oh, okay. Okay, carry on.
Yeah, because it's a supernatural effect, not a spell, and it summons them, but it's not like a summoning beast spell, because I know summoned beasts disappear in the anti-magic field.
Right, yeah.
But they're not
Because
like...
they're technically summoned fae, yeah.
Yeah, but these are not... They're not... They are...
He opened a gateway.
They are, yeah, they are extant creatures. They are not
Right.
summoned
They are
beasts.
physically existing creatures, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. No, totally
Which
makes
is
sense.
why I
Yep.
think...
All
that's-
right.
Yeah.
Rats!
So I need Hope,
Already
Corbin...
had badgers.
I need Hope, Corbin, and Gwynferon to make a dexterity saving throw.
Advantage from
not one of
danger
my
sense.
Since I do have my shield now, I do get the
Yes,
+2.
now you get your +2.
So 19.
All right.
Also 19.
Natural 20.
All right.
Add a girl.
29.
So Gwynferon and Corbin take 59 points of poison damage,
Good.
Holy
Oh.
shit.
and need to
Sure,
make
why not?
and
Hang on a second. Yeah, I didn't survive that Constitution save.
and need to make Constitution saving throws.
Separate from my concentration one?
Yes, separate
'Cause
from
that's the one
that.
I
Separate
just
from
made.
that.
Okay.
And
Yes, that's not 20.
Hope takes
None.
th-
Evasion.
right, you have evasion.
Yeah,
You take no damage.
legit.
Good. So Corbin, Gwen, with your natural 20, you managed to resist the effects of being bitten by these rats, who now scurry away rapidly. Corbin, on the other hand, you are now inflicted with a rot of some kind. You can feel your lungs sort of seizing up, and it's getting harder to breathe. You are poisoned. You have the poison status. Your hit point maximum
Oh, crap.
decreases by 16.
Good.
By 112.
And there are other effects that will come into play
Oh, no.
later.
It was 59 points.
Yeah, you took 59 points of poison damage, and your hit point maximum is reduced by 16.
Okay.
In addition to that, a swarm of insects appears. Okay. Need you to work normally, not how you normally work. Which is a sentence that makes sense. There it goes. A swarm of insects appears behind Gwynferon, next to Corbin.
That's gonna be fun.
Oh, no.
That's fine.
Now, those are summoned,
As
but the
a-
anti-magic field went away before they appeared. So.
Right. As a reaction. Nope, never mind. Not a reaction spell.
All right, and they come in on his turn, so now they take their action. So they move to occupy Gwynferon's space
Naturally.
and begin biting.
Oh, no.
Okay.
But a 5 misses. So right now there's a whole bunch of like gnats and insects and things crawling all over you and from, but they're not actually doing any damage to you. And that's going to make it. That's going to make it Corbin's turn.
Okay, so yeah, I'll jump over to there.
Alright.
Is that
Yeah, that's flanking.
good enough?
Yep.
Okay. And yeah, I'm going to. Did you say I was poisoned?
Yeah,
or
you
no?
are poisoned, so flanking negates the
So just
disadvantage
flat
that you
roll.
have. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
And I will bonus action rage and start whacking away at this dude with the spear.
Alright.
27, and I'll spend a superiority die to trip him. So he's got to make, 8 plus 6 plus 5, 19.
What's the save?
19 strength save throw. Or dexterity, whatever.
I mean, I need to know which one it is. The dex or strength.
I think it's their choice. Trip attack. No, strength saving throw.
Okay, yeah. I need because they are radically different numbers.
Yeah, I've just seen it. All right. So
What's the DC?
19.
He makes it.
Okay, so there's that, and change this.
14 and 6
So
and
19 points of
5.
damage
Yep.
plus 6 points of lightning damage, and try to trip him again. Keep swiping at his legs.
So second attack, 31 hits. And makes. That would be my child.
33.
Rolls a 20 on the strength save, so he makes it.
And that one I'm actually going to use rally.
Alright, which does what?
Does that. So
Can you use a bonus action to spend one superiority dice to bolster resolve of one of your companions. When you do so, choose a friendly creature you can see or hear, or can hear you. Who can see or hear you. That creature gains temporary hit points equal to the superiority die roll plus your charisma modifier. So who are you picking?
Cool.
yeah, Gwynfron, because I saw him choking and gacking on that.
Fair enough.
So you get 6 plus. You get 6 points.
You get 6.
6 temporary hit points.
Yep.
Alright, at the end of your turn, he is going to lean over and bite at Harry.
Okay.
And a natural
You do that.
and a natural 20 hits.
Hold on.
God damn it.
Yes, it does.
And I need you
I
to
had nothing. I literally had nothing. I just wanted to pause for the moment for a second.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, in addition to taking.
Actually, no. He rolls a 9. He rolls a 9 is what he rolls.
He rolls a 9.
Yes.
Okay.
He rolls a 9. Last
Okay.
portion. Harry Duck!
All right. In that case, does a 21 hit you?
21 still hits, yeah.
Okay. So I still need you to make a Constitution roll, but instead of taking a fuck ton of damage, you take
A moderate ton of
15
damage.
points of 15 points of piercing damage and 3 points of poison damage.
So 18 total. And see if I can I can roll even remotely decently on my save this time. Nope.
All right. You take you don't take additional damage, but you are now. I mean, you're already poisoned, but you're still
I'm
poisoned.
poisoned.
You're still
Am
poisoned.
I doubly poisoned? Do I have triple secret disadvantage now?
No, but your hit point maximum is reduced by 20.
Oh God.
You have de-inspiration is what you have. D&D.
Okay.
And other effects that we'll find out about later.
Harry don't give a fuck.
That makes
Yet.
it Lulu's turn.
Okay. Would this space be flanking with Harry? Sorry.
Yes, it would be.
Okay. All right. So halfling, so I can just scooch in there without any obstruction because they're both bigger than me. Bonus or action for hybrid transformation. Bonus action for Rite of the Oracle.
Okay. So Lulu, once again, the sound of meat filling a balloon as Lulu transforms into werewolf form. And cut yourself to activate Rite of the Oracle.
Yep. That is apparently just a flat one. That's not a roll.
Yeah, correct. That's your level, I believe.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Stop that.
My child is very distressed right now.
Okay. So
He doesn't like waking up.
It's
I mean,
distressing.
I'm sympathetic.
Right,
That is an unpleasant experience to have.
He doesn't like going to sleep, and he also doesn't like waking up.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sympathetic.
Changing sleep state is unpleasant.
Yeah. Technically, my max is down by a little bit, but I'll keep that in mind. All of my damage so far is self-inflicted.
All right. And that's your turn?
Yeah, that's an action and a bonus and a move.
All right. At the end of your turn, he's going to spend
Oh,
another
no.
legendary action to reach down and try to bite you.
That's fine. Better me than anyone else.
Oh, there's that natural 20.
God damn it.
Okay.
So I need to
Hang on a second.
Sorry.
That wasn't targeting me, so it doesn't matter. Nope.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yep. I'm not bad at those.
I'm gonna use Sentinel and whack this thing in the face when it turns around to bite.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack.
Does Sentinel allow...
Yep, when it targets something other than me.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
well, in that case, I will also use Sentinel.
Yay!
Feel free. You still fail,
Sentinel
though.
smack.
So
That's fine.
you take 22 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
So I'm gonna
Nice.
divine
Magical or
smite that.
non-magical?
It is magical.
Damn it.
You also take 10 points of poison damage.
Okay.
And your... Unfortunately, the hit point loss does not get doubled on the crit. Your maximum hit point... Yeah, unfortunately. This is a fun ability. Your hit point maximum gets reduced by 6. As well as you are poisoned now.
What's 17 plus 6?
23.
Thanks.
You are also poisoned, and other effects that will come into play later. The natural 20 hits, as does the 22, so go ahead and roll damage, both of you.
Yeah,
16
I'm
slashing
smiting that.
Okay.
So
Pour your heaviest divine smite into that.
I have one
Yeah.
divine smite.
Smite seller, I'm going into battle and I require only your strongest smites.
So yeah, plus 20.
So 17.
17, 23.
The
plus
dice is
20.
the dice is doubled, so just roll the divine smite twice. It's not just flat doubled.
Okay. 17.
17 plus 23,
17.
40.
Alright. He's not looking good. Hopefully he'll survive
I
a
just jam
round.
it right into.
Hopefully he will not.
I hope he does.
Not if I can help it.
Alright, and that makes it Hope's turn.
Yes. All right. Bonus action rage.
Hopefully.
Move up this way 30 feet, so I am flanking with Lulu. Attack. with. I want hit points back. Let's hurt this thing. I'm using the dagger, the life-stealing dagger.
Mhm.
So that's 25.
25 hits.
And a natural one. Oh wait, no, I have advantage on that. Sorry. Do you want me to just roll advantage?
That's
that the
I'll
first
say
one-
that's your advantage. So go
Okay,
ahead, and your second attack
thanks.
could be with advantage.
Yeah.
As well.
Sorry about that. I forgot
right.
to tell
That's
you.
okay.
All right. And 24. Both
All
hit?
right. Yep, both hit.
Okay. So that is
That's
6
not a
piercing,
Fuck ton of
3
damage to this guy.
rage, 5 piercing, 3 rage, and then my sneak attack is somewhere in this pile. There it is. 18 blue things flare up, and I am going to then. I don't want to be near this thing. I don't have another. Yeah, I've done that.
I know that look that you have on your face, John. I know it well. It is I have massively underestimated a 6-person party.
Oh no!
Yeah.
No, no,
I'm
no, no.
It
gonna
happens
dodge
to
back.
me all the time.
No, I didn't.
gonna
I
just-
didn't.
By
think
the way,
this would
there's
be...
no wolf icon, so the little swirly thing is just going to be my I'm in Blood Hunter state.
Oh, no.
Cool.
I'm dodging back, and I will take that attack of opportunity.
Okay. Attack of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Does a 21 hit you?
Yes.
I need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
As you take 10 points of piercing damage and 10 points of poison damage.
So 15. All right.
Wow.
Dang it.
Why,
Damn
it.
why 15?
Sucks.
Damn it.
Because half
Huh?
the piercing for raging.
Half
Yeah, half
piercing.
piercing.
Yeah.
I'm raging.
So that would
Yep.
be 19.
Isn't it magical piercing?
It is magical piercing, but rage is any piercing, even if it's magical.
Have the
Oh.
piercing and then
Yeah, half
full
of the
poison-
piercing is 9, not 5.
Oh,
So
I can't
19.
I thought you
count.
said 10 and 10.
Sorry.
No,
Yeah,
it's
you did.
Sorry.
18
19.
piercing and 10 poison.
Got it. I misheard.
Ah.
Sorry. So 19.
And you
And I'm-
are poisoned. And your hit point maximum is reduced by 16.
Okay.
And other effects that we will find out later.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it Gashkar's turn.
All right. Well, time to make sure this thing stops being alive. I'm gonna run over here, and then I'm going to use my bonus action to rage, which immediately calls down a storm bolt on him. It's going to be, don't add the rage damage, just 9 lightning damage that he can make a DC 18 dex save to take half.
Oh, dex save. 29.
All right, so he takes half, so he takes 4. And then 2 attacks with Storm Herald at advantage. First one, 24.
That hits.
That is 18 damage.
All right.
Okay, it is. And second attack, 30 to hit
That'll hit.
for 22 damage.
2.
All right. And at the end of your... Is that the end of your turn?
I'm also going to grapple him with Storm Herald.
Okay. At the... so make a strength check. Oh, no, he makes it against the DC, I believe. It's been a while since I looked at Storm Herald.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he needs
straight
to make an
DC.
athletics check
15.
to pull the blade free, and that's on his turn. He has to do that. He's
Yeah.
just grappled right
Yeah,
now.
he's just actively grappled. He's going to use his last legendary action at the end of your turn to bite you.
Okay.
Because everyone needs to enjoy this.
Yeah. By the way, because I don't
have
think I've
4 of
ever
these?
I've paid attention to this before,
Okay,
but
no,
ancestral
he's only used 3
protectors.
because Hope he hit with a
You
reaction.
used a legendary action to poison Harry, and
That
then
was
legendary...
before
that was
his
before
turn.
Came back around.
Yeah. For ancestral protectors, if anyone besides me gets hit, you have resistance to the damage. So you take half.
Except you don't, because he has an ability that ignores resistances to his damage. Except for
Fuck.
the Barbarian Rage and the Werewolf half thing. But
Fine.
Don't they also impose disadvantage on the attack roll if it's not
Yes.
against you?
Uh-huh.
What's the range on that?
Anything I hit, I can be as far away as need be. But it's until my next turn. Here, let me...
So when you choose this path, disruptive warriors appear when you enter your rage. When you're raging, the first creature you hit with an attack on your turn becomes the target of your warriors, which hinder its attacks. So on your next turn, the target has disadvantage on any attack roll that isn't against you, and when the target hits a creature other than you, the attack has resistance against damage dealt by the attack. The effect of the target ends early if your rage ends. So yeah, no, it doesn't work on its poison, but it does work on. I mean, the barbarian already resists the piercing, so.
Yep. Well, it's halved again. It helps.
Resistance does not stack. You have resistance; it is not halved.
Okay. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, resistance does not stack.
Okay.
So with disadvantage, he still hits, because a 27 was the lower one, I believe. So I need you to make a Constitution saving
Wow,
throw.
these con saves are garbage.
All right. You take 10.
All of our con saves
You
have
take
been garbage.
10 piercing. 10 piercing, half to 5.
Have 5.
14 poison, which is not resisted because he doesn't care about resistance to poison. And you are now poisoned, the status. And your hit point maximum is reduced by 16.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, William, most of your rolls have been garbage.
Yeah.
It's been that
It's
kind
just
of
your
rolls.
massive bonuses.
Gwynferon is the only person who left who is not poisoned.
Come
Dear God, please
join
save us
us.
all.
So you see Gwyn's eyes flash over, and his normal gold, one of them shifts to green. And a pair of voices in unison just shriek through your brains, "Enough!" Psychic Scream.
All right.
So nobody who's my ally is going to take damage, but the bugs on me and that motherfucker have to make an intelligence save. If they succeeded a 19, they take half damage. If they don't, they take 43 psychic damage and are stunned.
Yes.
Do the bugs have 21 hit points?
How do you want to do this?
Yes.
Well, actually, it's very unique. The spell itself gives the description for
does.
if somebody is killed by this.
It does.
So that's how he wants to do it.
All right. So
All of them.
all of the insects on Gwynferon have their heads explode, which for some of them, anatomically speaking, can get kind of weird. And the humanoid figure in front of you, he sort of like winces for a second, and as he does, you sort of see his head begin to bulge out grotesquely, and it explodes. I need everyone in a 20-foot radius of the demon to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh God.
You are currently
Nope.
poisoned.
I apparently cannot roll above a 10.
Oh, we have
Poison does not affect
disadvantage,
saves.
right?
Poison affects ability checks and
Poison
attack rolls, not
affects-
saves.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's-
Good.
22.
There's the
20
decent
what?
save.
Finally, a good
29.
Constitution roll. Not on drinking, but you know.
You act like this is the first thing that's exploded on us.
Not, but I rolled
Is that a
badly this
euphemism?
I
Only if you take it
desperately
that
hope
way.
it is.
All right.
Which so is that.
So Lulu, Gashkar, and Hope. Lulu, your hit point maximum is reduced by a further 19.
Okay.
Gashkar, your hit point maximum is reduced by a further 12. And Hope, your hit point maximum is reduced by a further 15.
And I assume I also take 19 damage? Or no?
No, you don't take any damage. Although
Unless
if
it
that
reduces
reduces
your
your hit point maximum below what you had, then you
Well,
obviously
now
go
I
down.
have to do math.
You obviously go down. Because you lose those hit points.
Okay, now I'm fine.
All right. And you are all standing in a room
With a headless corpse?
with a headless corpse. And inside that corpse is a
Wipe my
glowing
face off.
shard.
Huh.
Gwyn sort of limps closer to it, and if somebody beats him to it, that's fine. But he feels like he earned
I'm
this
going
one.
to Gwyn, and I'm gonna use my medic thing to fix you a fair bit up.
Yes.
And if nobody beats him to it,
So-
he's just gonna pick up that shard.
With the because it is happening now,
I'm going for it.
with the exception of Gwyn, none of you can regain hit points.
That's fine.
Oh.
By
Well,
any
I'm not
means.
trying to regain my hit points.
I
I'm
know.
trying to regain Gwen's. And what's your luck?
I'm just clarifying that because healing is beginning. So if any of you drink healing potions, for instance, you will get nothing.
will happen.
That's fine.
Except for Gwen.
So yeah, just heedless of anything. Like, ooh, shiny thing. Gong, gong.
All right.
24 hit points for Gwen.
So Hope, as you and Gwen
you, Luna.
are beginning to walk towards the corpse, Harry just reaches in and rips it out.
Okay, fine.
It is
Grabs it in the other hand and starts just shaking Gora.
Shaking
her arm,
the.
which is pretty much probably up to the shoulder.
It is a 6-inch piece of the same white, sort of marble-esque material that the rest of the beacon that Hope has on her person is.
Harry, that goes to Hope's thing.
Huh? What?
I feel
Oh.
sick.
Here,
it's,
catch.
It's part of. Yes.
I try and catch it.
You toss it at Hope.
Yep.
As it gets within about a foot of Hope, it races to and clicks onto the beacon that Hope already has. And Hope, you feel a wealth of new power flowing to you through the beacon. It now has an additional 3 charges to its maximum.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh, so I have 6 now.
Yep,
Total.
you have 6 charges now. 3 charges can be used to cast haste from it. And so long as you are attuned to it, you have advantage on saving throws versus spells.
Yes. Haste.
Nice.
You have the ability to cast haste and advantage on saving throws versus all spells.
Sweet. Okay. All right. That's good. So I've got 4 and 6. Yes.
So while we're taking a minute, does this weird effect that's stopping people from being healed smack as more of a disease or more of a curse?
So, make a medicine check. You all feel, all of you except for Gwyn, you feel
16.
internally heavy. It's hard to breathe. You feel sluggish in your motions. Your mind isn't thinking as quickly as it normally does. You feel
All right, with disadvantage.
drained and
And this
unhealthy.
definitely feels more than, like, I've been poisoned before. This
I
feels
mean,
more than that.
it's a different poisoning is different. Like you can't.
Mhm.
It's not a 1-to-1 thing. With a 6 Gashkar, you can't think enough to parse what this is.
Harry is not really thinking about that at the moment. She has taken the corpse of this thing, pushed it up into a sitting position,
I know.
and is up on her tiptoes so that her head is where the head used to be. Like, hello, I'm a big asshole. I'm dead now.
And in roughly the middle of that sentence, everything around you wipes clean, and you are once again standing in that open void on top of the elevator that goes back down.
I'm assuming with a 5, I don't know.
Nope.
With a 17?
No clue.
Nope. None of you know what this is.
Okay.
Well, I
Other than
can get
point
rid of
Oh,
the...
wait. Let me roll. This is going to be great. I
Better
actually
than
rolled
me.
kind of well.
Better than me.
I was hoping for a -4.
Oh, 14, sorry. 5 was hope.
You know, none of you know what this is.
Well, I can get rid of the poison on people. Well, I can
You can try.
How often can I do blood curses? Damn.
We'll find a temple
Mm.
as well, if need be. But yes,
Do you hang on? Do you want to try to use your blood curse?
Yeah, because you said we're poisoned and other things, so I
yep.
can at least get rid of the poisoning. Who needs to poison?
Everyone but Gwyn.
Who wants to do it first?
Someone else.
Points
I'm
at Harry.
mostly okay.
Okay, so I'll go up to Harry, pull out my whip, slash into my arm, and amplified blood curse of purgation, which I'm gonna just put the thing of it in chat.
So, as you slash your arm and you go through the motions of activating the blood curse, you feel the blood curse happen, but nothing happens. This poison status cannot be cured with your blood curse.
Okay.
Should I be doing
Favorite.
something?
Oh,
Isn't this normally when the plane shaper?
yeah, Gwyn is looking
Reacts.
around, wondering where the fuck did the plane shaper go?
Last time I looked up when it happened, right when the hammer was coming down, I'm not doing it again.
I look up.
At which
Lulu's
point,
just
oh.
frustrated.
the world around you fades away, and you once again find yourselves in a starlit field. Well, in a field of
Sorry.
stars, really.
I want
Harry,
to use...
Harry, get ready to catch this.
Catch what?
I want to use
It's
Blessing
coming.
of Restoration.
Boom.
Okay, nothing happens.
One of my blessings. Nothing?
Nothing happens.
Does that use up one of the charges?
Yes, it does.
What am I catching?
And you sort of you look up to this field of stars,
Mean.
and you see in the distance, in the stars, something shift. And as it shifts, you see the outline of a humanoid figure made up of the cosmos around you. And it turns. You think its attention is directed at you. It's hard to tell, because there's no features. And the plane shaper, the elemental chaos, raises their hammer made of stars and lowers it, slamming the hammer onto the space where you are. And as it impacts, you feel this pulse through your bodies. And you look around and you see your vision, as it now stands, can see the world around you as if you were standing on top of the tower. And you see at the far edges the darkness on the horizon peel further back. And as it does, everything comes back together, and you find yourselves on the elevator riding down through the tower. And as you ponder what gift you received, and as you ponder what is going on with most of your bodies, that's where we're going to end for this week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.